I want to find station. Nothing, huh? I don't know. The chances of landing close are impossible. I should just leave. I got out with the ship and I've only lost 5 million. I'm gonna leave and just take the take the knock. I could try and fight in Pokeven. She can meet me in Pokeven. She can meet me in Pokeven. That's cool. So let's go get. What does she got? I want that same exact Bantam again. Wait, this isn't it. Oops. Yeah, I want the same exact Bantam again. Buy all. 4 million, right? This warp disruptor is worthless. The cap thing is worthless. I don't really need that. Wait, no, cancel. Cancel. Buy all. Power relay I need, but the capacitor booster is no good. Right? Oh, cladistic and noise. Yep, and noise. I don't think she needs the noise. She needs cladistic. No, wait, damn it, I fucked that up. Buy again, buy all. And get rid of the noise and get rid of the cap booster and the warp disruptor. Buy yes. Simulate fit. Fit ship. I have to get in the Bantam. Oh no, I had 5 fit, but now I have 5 fit. I don't need to like worry about like buying any of it. Yeah. So, but exit sim, and I want you to. Yeah, that's maybe better. The micro warp drive, yeah, and the shield booster and the cap booster unfit. Power relay and damage control. Maybe I should get a capacitor power relay thing because she shouldn't be taking any real damage anyways. She should technically have like a medium or like a small shield extender. She has no health, and that seems sort of weird. Like a small shield extender seems good. I don't know. Small shield extender one maybe, and see if it fits. I don't know. Yep, and that put her EHP to 2600, which is basically nothing. All it'll do is lower her cap. That's it. So yep, there's pretty much everything she needs. So and then change the personalization to combat medic sessions or section. You are going to pop the glorification now. Cladistic. Go to the notepad. It's like cladistic to go to Pokefen. Oh yeah, she's gotta. They both have to break their own parties. So you need to fleet confirm, activate. You need to undock. AO Homefront New Bro welcome. I want that. Now wait, where did I see this? No, that was 22:32. That was a long time. That was 2 hours ago. Shit. Where was that? Absolute order. So, anyways, go out to. Okay. I am in Nalvila. I want to go to the terminus dock. If I D-scan at full range, I am seeing a Caracal. I defeat Caracal. If I, yeah, there's a Caracal out here, huh? Okay, well, Let's try ratting and Pokeven. Stellar Fleet deployment. Or, I don't know. Incipient Drone Swarm might be good. To get rep, go to the Incipient Drone Swarm. I don't know how nasty that stuff is, but yeah.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Okay, no one in station. Oh, I can't repair here. No, I can't repair here. But it's at least safe. So in 13 minutes, I can jump again. I can't repair here, which sucks. So, I don't know. I don't really know. If I had a mobile depot, I could repair, I suppose. But I don't know. Oh, I have a venture out here. Is it empty? No, it's not empty. Well, I guess I will try then to go. I guess I will try to go farm the drone hive thing and see if I can get reputation. And that's an acceptable use of this ship. I just got shield. I guess I can't repair here. Maybe this ship can bring a mobile depot to her. So let's go back and get one. Dock. So now I want you to go to. I want you to go to probe scanner, incipient drone swarm. Go. Warp to within 100. No, within 0, right? Yeah.
Warp drive active.
Let's see if I can pop the drones. Don't strike me as I don't know, like they'll hurt me, but there is a Caracal. 92 km.
Warp drive active.
There is a Crucifier. I can't stay here. Why didn't I see the Crucifier on the D-scan? I still don't. There's an Atron. Kikimora. There's an Atron in there. I don't want to pop him. I'm just going to go in. I don't care. I'll pop the Atron. Whatever. Oh, Gnosis can't go in there. Okay. So an Atron can run those out of the Stellar Fleet deployment. I didn't know that. So, okay, well, so now I don't want to get popped at this, so we'll just go back to the terminus until my timer runs up.
Warp drive active. Docking permission requested.
I will wait out the timer, I guess. My ship can't run that.
Docking request accepted.
Maybe low sec. This might take me to low sec when I exit. Maybe low sec. I'll bring her a mobile depot. Can you repair with a mobile depot? I don't know. Eve, can you repair with a mobile depot? Because I forget. Mobile depot. Not mobile depot. It refit, but can you repair? Oh, armor rep. Yeah, armor rep. Yeah, okay. So I want you to buy a mobile depot. Mobile depot. And I want you to come out there to Pokefen and jump with me. Oh, good. It fits. So, okay. Well, there's the armor problem. We'll go out and we'll leave for low sec, and I'll farm combat sites in low sec. Until somebody fucks with me. Now I don't know, like I don't know, like
Docking permission requested.
No,
Docking request accepted.
Why did you dock? I wish you could cancel that. Stupid. It is extra spicy right now. It's annoying. Trying to go to locations, spot, worked within 0.
Warp drive active.
I'm not in faction warfare, so they can't just open up on me, I don't think. I don't know. I should run combat sites. And when I get an escalation, I will go to it. It'll probably be in low sec, but I'll get an escalation sooner or later. Oh, I lost drones, I guess. Vespa 2s. Or no, this is what I brought. Yeah, Vespa 2s. So item hanger. Or well, just buy like 5 more drones or whatever. Yeah, Vespa 2. Oh no, I can't buy out here. I'm dumb. So yeah, so you should teleport to. She doesn't have the teleport things. God damn it.
Warp drive active.
I can't figure out where this damage would be really good. Because it can't tank. And I'm thinking that I kind of brought the wrong ship and that I should day trip
Docking
Gila.
Docking request accepted.
But I mean, day trip Gila is expensive. But I mean, I have the money. Maybe we day trip Gila, Bantam. I want to day trip Gila, I think, and so I want to go back. I think I want to. Well, I don't want to leave the Gnosis here. Okay, you need to drop these things, and it's so dumb that she put those in there. It's so dumb, but at least I can sell them back, probably. Go back. And then I need you to bring glorification and cladistic. One. Okay, go. Undock. Okay, go back out.
Warp drive active.
Okay, so now we meet up there and we look for spots, like sites that I can enter. The minute that I came in, a crucifier came. And so we know that site is taken. And I will come out to her. Cladistic and glorification. Use cladistic. Activate. Oh, I gotta, I mean, I must be in the fleet, so... And I'll come to her. Okay, I am currently in Kryrald. I want you to form fleet with her. I want you to leave fleet. Confirm. Form fleet with. Yes. And then in the fleet chat, I want you to drop Nalvila. Then set destination. Oh, good. It's only 2 jumps. So jump.
Warp drive active.
While I'm in Kryrald, I will D-scan, and I will see that no one's here. So never mind. Well, it's alright. So never Kryrald. Never Kryrald. Never Kryrald. Kryrald is good, and I want to see the probe scanner. There's a combat site. Convocation watch post. So there was nobody. There was nobody in here. No, I see things, but oh no, I see a magnet. I don't think I don't know. I think I should just leave. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I want to run escalations in low sec. And I want you to jump. Yep, go. And Kryrald, huh? And then in here we see a Atron, Rifter. It's an Atron, and yep. And okay, so we jump, and there's nothing but an Atron in this system.
Warp drive active.
They're the. It's a Vexor Navy issue. So maybe I can rat. Or no, yeah, there's no rats at the sites, and there's no belts, but there's planets, and I wonder if the planets have rats. I don't know. Maybe I should look for Fleet Finder. Maybe you need to dock up at the terminus, and I'm going to look in the
Warp
Fleet
drive
Finder for. I don't know what RMC is. So there's nothing really too public, but
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
okay, now she can leave, but the other one can't. And I guess we just both undock. I see a mobile depot. It's weird. So we'll go to safe spot. Warp fleet to within 0.
Warp drive active.
Hmm. Okay, so I want you to jettison this mobile depot. Oh no. You can't jettison it? I can't use it. Can I abandon it? It has 3000 M. Damn it. I didn't realize it worked like that. So, okay, we'll just scoop it then. You can't launch for corporation. Oh, in a station we can trade, maybe? Okay, so then go back to the station and we can trade, maybe. Dock.
Warp drive active.
Dock.
Warp drive active.
Ship swapping. Oh, ship swapping would work too. Yeah, I was like, there's some solution to this, but I don't know what it is. It's no, ship swapping would not work. Oh no, I can ship swap. Ship swapping would have been best. Ship swapping would have been fine. I was like, there's some solution to this, and I don't know what it would be. We will attempt to trade, and if the reputation prevents me from doing that, I will go out and ship swap. That's something I can do. So can I trade? Oh no, maybe. Oh, she's not here. Is why. Why are we not docked?
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Alright, you trade. Did that work? Oh, it did. Look, haha, I found a way to get around it. Very good. Okay, accept. I found a way around it. I'm learning as I go. There's 12 million worth of Bednazine in here, but it's a lot of weight. Into the Gnosis you go. We're going to undock. And I will start to go try to go run combat sites here until I'm killed or whatever. Okay, so I am going out to the save point.
Warp drive active.
Maybe try the music and see how it sounds. bad pimple on my forehead and it fucking hurts. 2 of them right next to each other. Fucking annoying. I want to scare people off the sites and just be a bully and take their site if it's not empty. Says no one's here, but I don't know if I really believe it. Oh, the fitting service. I don't think you can repair. You can only do fitting. That's it. Can you repair with mobile depots? I don't think so. That's it. Oh, okay. So that's the part of it that I didn't know. So okay, well, that's okay. We're fine. So oh, phone's ringing. Baby. Hello? Hello? Oh, I don't know. Did I? Hello? I don't know, Jerry. I don't know if you can hear me, but I can't hear you. So I will come. So guys, I'm terribly sorry, but my family made hot dogs, and and I'm going to go get them, and it will take a few minutes. Right now, I'm in a safe spot. I'm probably really safe, actually. So, or well, we could dock, I suppose, but I'm gonna sit in a safe spot. We're probably fine, and or well, no, I'll lose a gnosis that way. I think I best go dock up. Docking is safe forever.
Warp drive active.
And so I'm going to pause the video here.
Active.
Pause video now. Okay, video's on pause, guys. I ate dinner. I'm back. I'm ready. Let's do it. We going to exit. Nobody's in the station, so I should be all right. I watched some Ordinary Gamers thing about Elden Ring, and I learned that you have always been able to pause Elden Ring by going into the help section of the menu.
the U.S. Like,
So this is why people were so mad? They're mad about this? Why would they be mad about this? She's completely right. I think the reason why people are mad about this is because she used the word disability. And people are thinking one-dimensionally about the word disability, like being in a wheelchair. But if you think about disability as something that interferes with your ability to play the game, then it makes sense. What she's saying is completely logically true.
So I actually really 100% agree with that too. If something prevents you from playing a game, you know, the word disability, it shouldn't immediately invoke the ideas of like wheelchairs into your head, okay? Or like the Tomorrow's Teaching version of fucking autism.
I'm disabled.
It literally is something that could hinder you from playing any video game. And just
like I spent all of my life trying to resist that title and that category, but I'm disabled. I've been able to own it. Mentally disabled, and I don't know how else to say it. And so I had to come to grips with it, and it was a whole thing. You know, it sucked. I did not want it. I spent my whole life thinking that no matter what, nothing could define me. But honestly, my struggle did define me. All my life, my struggle defined me. I wish it didn't, because now you see what I'm capable of when it doesn't.
the slightest little thing the game can offer, like a pause button, might genuinely be something that is accepted by a lot of people. Why is anybody defending the fact that a primarily single-player game doesn't have a pause functionality to it? And if anybody's going, but Muda, it's a game that has online connectivity, and people can connect and invade you. From my actual understanding, the only way Elden Ring's invasion system works is if you are playing co-op anyways, which once you've engaged multiplayer to begin with, you've basically given the game consent to not allow you to pause. It's like asking Grand Theft Auto Online to have a pause functionality that pauses the entire session for one person on the rest of the other 31 individuals. That doesn't make sense. That never has made sense. But if you are playing primarily in a single-player fashion, and there is no actual game logic that is being ticked for other players, then you should absolutely have a pause functionality. If it existed in the game anyways, through some menu system that you had to access through a few extra button presses, why can't you just have that hotkey? Now, I want to get into the idea of Elden Ring and difficulty. There's been a weird amount of people that have been kind of throwing up that Elden Ring is this one really difficult game out there. And I actually have to, really counter that. I think out of all of the FromSoft games that I've ever played, there's only one game that I think is genuinely difficult. And that game is Sekiro. Now, if I look at any other FromSoft game, they are all effectively RPG titles. When you load up Elden Ring, one of the first things you have to pick is your character class.
Wait, I want to leave this out here.
You can be, somewhat reasonably spec'd in a specific specialization. Now, towards the end of the game, your level is so high that you can basically just do whatever you want. Now, in Elden Ring, there is a leveling system. The leveling system allows you to level up certain stats, and these stats allow you to equip certain weapons, basically, spec into certain builds, so you can make the game incredibly easy for yourself. And the thing about Elden Ring's difficulty is no matter what, anybody can finish it. If you level yourself enough, you can eventually tank enough hits, you can eventually tank enough, damage, you can eventually deal enough damage that the boss you found initially difficult at level 30 is now meaningless when you get to level 70. It's one of the reasons why when Elden Ring came out, people were bitching about the Margit First Legacy boss, when they should have actually been exploring the surrounding area first, leveling their character up, making sure their weapons were more reinforced before eventually getting to that fight and rocking that guy, because he is genuinely at a much more difficult scale than you. Now, when Shadow of the Erdtree dropped as a DLC, obviously the game was going to be difficult, and I think Kai Cenat basically said it best. You think these guys are going to release a fucking expansion pack for years down the road for people who have been playing Elden Ring for over 2 years and just basically make them a victory lap they can dance through? No, Elden Ring's DLC is genuinely difficult. It has bosses that have the ability to absolutely decimate you in no time. We're talking entire combos that can just wipe the shit out of you. You can't dodge them. It has attacks that cover the entire battlefield. Some attacks that I would consider might be a little bit on the cheap side, but ultimately you can win anything if you set your mind to it. Now, the game has something known as Shadyu Tree Blessings, which are
There's
basically
no one in local.
items that you
No
find
one.
scattered all across the new DLC map. Now these items, when you grab them, reinforce and buff you up to a level of 20. And what these do is effectively negate damage, but increase your damage to the enemies. It's like a scaling system just for the DLC. And this scaling system allowed me to effectively beat the entire final boss by finding all of these fragments before I was able to take this boss on. Now, I think this is a fair amount of actually adding in, difficulty mitigation. And I think if you're talking about difficulty in a video game, eventually you will win. It just requires you to put in some time, learn some builds, and eventually, beat the game in a, fashion that requires you to actually take what it gives and apply it in a very, very strategic manner. So for example, all of the items and weapons and builds that you can find and make, you actually have to take advantage of them. I've seen that people on the internet get really fucking pissy about, summoning people in souls or using cheap builds, when why wouldn't you use a cheap build in a video game? Ladies and gentlemen, there's just two items in the entire DLC: the lightning perfume bottle and this Ash of War rolling sparks. Now these are part of the DLC, meaning you gotta pay for the DLC to get access to it. But one of the builds that I was seeing on the internet was literally this right here. So right from the Elden Ring Reddit, you can literally see this guy does this entire build-up where they engage madness up the ass. And once they have sufficiently buffed themselves, they go to a very late-stage game boss, and I shit you not, they use this one item, this lightning bottle, to instantly kill this guy in fucking seconds. You can see the damage count is going in the literal 5 digits, just off one person. No summons, no nothing. So you can actually use this build, which is broken right now, to beat the final boss and never have to worry about anything. And if somebody tells you, wow, you didn't actually beat the DLC, bitch, I saw the credits screen, I got the souls, I got the items, you actually did win. Now to go back to Elena's point regarding things like disabilities, for instance, a lot of companies have put a lot of money and a lot of thought into designing elements of video games where they can actually create an accessibility menu that makes it easier for people that are physically disabled. For somebody who wants to play a driving game like Forza, right? Provided they're playing offline, they can change things like the time scaler, so they have better reaction time if, they need that. Now, for something like Elden Ring, I think obviously for people who look at challenging titles like this, especially FromSoft stuff or games that are Souls-like, you probably have an understanding that an accessibility mode should only go so far. You should never make something that effectively, when you turn off on the...
I'm at 233 million. 233 million ISK, and I'm going in to solo these low-sec combat sites. And I'll watch local. If somebody comes, I'll just stock up. Who cares? Okay, here's a blood yard. I've never seen it before.
Approaching Stargate.
Oh, I love ham rockets. Look, they look so cool when they're shooting.
Autopilot jumping. To give the commands to a drone requires you to have an active target. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
Here, these things don't hurt me so bad. Nice. These are 70,000. They don't pay that much, but if I get an escalation, that will.
Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
19
Approaching
km.
Stargate.
$23 km.
Autopilot jumping. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active. Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping.
I love watching hams. They look so cool.
Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active. Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active. Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping.
Games become incredibly easy to play. No, but there's a big cry from making, Elden Ring so accessible that you can turn on a time scaler feature and like instantly parry every attack, versus having like pause functionality or things that already have existed in the game now implemented as a very simple hotkey on your controller that you can tap at any moment and fuck off and do your things. I think there's a big difference. Adding a pause functionality isn't going to make the final boss of Shadow of the Erdtree any more easier. Now, of course, because of the difficulty of Shadow of the Erdtree, there was a bit of an issue with the Elden Ring reviews. When this DLC came out, the mixed reviews, where 62% of it was positive and everything else was negative, people were kind of attributing to the fact that gamers were complaining about the difficulty to Shadow of the Erdtree. And that wasn't true whatsoever. What I think is a serious problem is the actual technical issues, which is why this game was getting severely downvoted on Steam for a little bit. One problem that I have with Elden Ring is on the PC, there are some serious performance problems and they actually go permeating to the consoles. Now, from Digital
Autopilot
Foundry, they
jumping.
actually wrote up and basically said the PS5 is basically right at the bottom of its 1512p to 4K range in its frame rate mode, where basically games use a dynamic frame rate mode in as you play. Now,
Open
forget
to
the consoles.
Stargate.
Consoles are where these games are supposed to be
Drive
rightfully
active.
the most optimized, solutions. But what about the PC? The PC version of the game has severe frame rate problems. So when I was playing the game, first thing I want to say is a 60 frame rate limit on the game. For some reason, in the year 2024, Elden Ring has a 60 FPS limit on PC, when in reality, most computers, in my opinion, could probably run the game at up to 120 FPS. I had to download a mod known as ER
233 mil.
100
Let's see what the tick was for running the combat set. I think the escalation's where the real money is, but this ship's good for escalations.
Approaching Stargate.
I think.
and 20 FPS and actual ultra-wide support versus having complete black bars on my system. Now,
Autopilot
in my
jumping.
opinion, you shouldn't really have to be doing that for any video game. No game should force you to necessarily do this. But Elden Ring, for some reason, they haven't added any of that functionality in. The PC version of the game still has
Open to
traversal stutters,
Stargate.
and it still
Warp
has,
drive
from my
active.
understanding, compilation stutters because of its engine. The other issue that I have is because some of the actual attacks in the DLC from the bosses have so much visual noise and effects that it kills the frame rate sometimes from 120 all the way down to like 40, even 30 FPS. Now this can cause actual gameplay problems. Imagine trying to time something when you're consistently playing at 120 FPS, frame rate halves by 4, and you're supposed to change your timings on the fly. It can actually cost you a boss run. The other thing about it too is the fact that even the game doesn't have things like DLSS or FSR or any form of upscaling
Approaching
technology
Stargate.
when it offers things like ray tracing. Ray tracing only works because you have to be using some of these upscalers or frame generators to offset the damage caused to the performance by ray tracing solutions. Something that FromSoft hasn't really properly
Autopilot
thought of, or at
disabled.
least implemented into this more updated version of its engine. And it's all of these things that effectively have compounded and caused people to reassess and reevaluate the technical issues that Elden Ring has, and that's why it's been getting some negative reviews. It's not because people are bitching about the difficulty being that hard, it's because this game still has performance
Drive
problems
active.
that the game was first rightfully called out for when it initially dropped. Why these exist, why these limitations even exist in 2024 is such a shocking thing that I wish FromSoft could actually acknowledge it and fucking fix it. Now, since the time of releasing this shit, obviously FromSoft has been patching their game a little bit too, so they've actually made the game a little bit easier. Basically, if you read the patch notes for Elden Ring, those Shadow Tree blessings that I was talking about actually had a bit more of an update, and they had a bit more of a pronounced effect for the first half you collect, and then it tapers off towards the last half. So for people who are getting into the DLC and they're finding things to be a little more difficult, but they're still hunting for these blessings, their entire experience will be a little bit more easier. So is it going to be game-breakingly easy? No. But is it going to be a little bit noticeable? Sure. You might catch a break. Now, at the end of the day, to go back to Elena's point, a 28-second clip that I feel is unrightfully clipped out of a lot of these channels that were basically
Active.
just bashing her and bashing this entire concept really weren't being honest to begin with. She's not asking for the game to be easier, as are most other gamers not asking for it either. But if asking for a simple pause menu is enough to piss off the player base, then maybe the player base should basically have some introspection and look into itself. I've been playing Souls games for a long time, and while I'll agree, Souls games, in my opinion, Miyazaki makes some fucking perfection when he drops it. There might be a few things that I think could be changed up, or maybe a few QOL features that could be implemented, like a pause button, like some basic functionality for a single player title. But other than that, I think this DLC has been a pretty good romp. At the end of the day, beating it like a few days ago, it's literally up there with Phantom Liberty, like one of the best expansions to a video game that I've played. And, in all honesty, I'm excited to see what else they come up with. I hope down the road, when FromSoft makes more open world titles, they probably should make titles that are a little bit less repetitive down the road, you know what I mean? You know, something where you don't have to fight the same like boss 10 times throughout the open world. Maybe something a little smaller, a little more, you know, unique. But hey, that being said, I'm excited to see where this franchise, where all the FromSoft stuff goes. Miyazaki still says he's perfecting his game, which I think is wild when you've released banger after banger. So yeah, honestly, I wanted to talk about this because there's been a fair amount of Elden Ring drama, and honest to God, there's so much to cover. But ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it.
What's up with Disney Orbiters and making everything racial for no reason when nobody asked? I don't get it. Like,
Nothing was made racial.
You guys act like you're like the timekeeper. You have to save people from like wasting their time. People
Thank you, Tom Dart. Thank you, Subordinate Gamers, for the excellent content from our stream. I've liked and sub to your channel.
Touching capabilities, understandable. Are you blind?
What's up with Disney Orbiters and making everything racial for no reason when nobody asked? I don't get it. Like,
Nothing was made racial.
You guys act like you're like the timekeeper. You have to save people from like wasting their time. People are already wasting their lives away on online content. There you go. There you have it now. You happy now?
So the other day I went on one of Destiny's streams again, ended up getting to talk to XQC about his whole React drama and how I thought the way he handled it was rather cringe.
Chat, like, you don't even have to even like put together, you know, like what, this is crazy, chat, you know, like it's crazy, you know, like it's kind of insane, you know, when they do this, you know.
I also managed to talk to one of Destiny's orbiters. I honestly don't really remember her name, but it was a fun time.
Trying to stop them from bullying you because
The purpose would be okay. There is a clear
God.
purpose. The clear purpose would be your mom.
Man, this guy, man.
This is just real prime time grade A fucking wagyu.
You got owned.
fucking
You got owned.
content.
Your own
No,
bitch.
your mom. Wow, no, you reverse Uno.
Your mom owns you, little bro.
El
Riz.
El Riz. Dude, what the fuck is going? Like, what?
You have no
actually
Riz.
is this? You're definitely.
Gangnam Style, bro. Your own.
What? You realize how fucking retarded you sound, right?
Just pseudo.
Yeah.
Warp
Now
drive
you don't have
active.
anything to say, and so you're just gonna come over here and just say.
Dame tu cosita, bitch.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm owned.
XQC don't know you, little bro. I also had some conversations with Abba of the Abba and Priest channel. Overall, it was a really entertaining stream. There was some good roasting going on, okay? I also think there were some good arguments on both sides. There was some interesting discussion about the ethics of React content, and I know you guys are passionate about that subject, so I thought I would share it with you all. Enjoy. Ethan is growing on me a little bit lately, but I feel like, you know, XQC is just like, he can't even speak English. Like, I feel like
Autopilot
debating, he
engaged.
can't. He cannot.
Docking
Debating
permission
that guy's not
requested.
really like
Docking
the most-
request accepted.
I can't talk about XQC publicly because of my kick contract, but
Warping to Stargate.
Is that part of your
Warp drive
contract?
active.
What? Okay.
I've trained so I can't talk about publicly. No, I'm just kidding. No, but you're right. Yeah, XQC. We did a little bit of prep for that convo, and then I watched him go in, and man, it was like insert sports analogy here for a team that gets completely blown the out in the first quarter by another team. Like, it was aggressive.
Sweat.
I assume he's not going to do a conversation like that again.
I don't know, but yeah.
It didn't go well. And then, oh, dude, after the fact, posting his watch in the DMs or whatever.
Yeah, bro. Like, and
That
that would
shit's so
work with some
funny.
people, but like, this is like a billionaire making fun of like 100 millionaire.
Approaching
Like, bro,
Stargate.
like, you really think Ethan Klein, who's been in this business for how many years, with how many successful shows, with how many like, you think this guy is like, you're gonna intimidate him with a watch? Come on.
I think it says a lot about how XQC sees himself. He sees himself as like a rapper. Like, he sees himself as like a cool like counterculture rapper who like can just kind of be like, well, here's my cool money that I made. I don't give a
Autopilot
like that's kind of
jumping.
how he sees himself as like a Kanye type person. Like, but in reality, it's like you just watch other people's stuff.
Wow, excuse me. Careful. You're talking to another React streamer here. Okay, be careful.
Okay, but he literally just watches other people's stuff.
Warp
I've
drive
seen your
active.
reactions. You say something, okay?
Sure,
Overwhelmingly.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, glaze me. Okay, that's cool. I'll take it.
It's true. What is that? Okay, this glazing thing. My chat, every time I talk about you, if I say you do something good, they're like, you're glazing it. Can I say something nice? Do I have to on everyone? Like,
That's what we do here, yeah.
it's good to, maybe some people need to be glazed a little bit, okay? Maybe some glazing needs to happen.
Approaching Stargate. Warp drive active.
Hold on one second.
But even if you do, let's say you were just doing the clip chimp content or you're just watching that stuff, right?
Wait, do you and... well, what's up?
Yo, what's up, man? Oh, this is also my bad. You guys doing anything important or not?
No, I'm just trying to interpret Tom here. He was glazing me, so.
It's not important.
What's up?
Alright, sure, bro.
Autopilot jumping.
Well, because I don't know Tom. That's what
He's Turkey Tom. He's a big YouTuber. He's got like 1 million
It's time to know me. It's time to get to know me.
He's
Exorcist,
21
okay?
years old, okay? We've chatted multiple times in the past. He's made
Moving to
hit piece
Stargate.
videos on you where he
Warp
hates you.
drive active.
That's
yeah.
not even true.
Oh.
That's not true. I haven't done that yet. Why'd you come in here, X?
Well, because I had questions, yo. I just watched 9/11 video and I thought, who better than Meth Guy will know about this?
Oh, okay. That's true. Well, the irony was that right before you came in, we were talking about you, which is which is why everyone in chat's saying that I'm not talking to you.
So talk about what, my muscles, my achievements.
No, we were going over like people that are fighting online
Something
and
like that.
content spaces and how you remember back in the day, there used to be like a whole bunch of blood sports with like politics and nobody wants to talk to each other.
Stargate.
And then we brought up like Ethan is like reaching out to people to fight with people, and then your conversation with Ethan came up, and then right after that you basically jumped in. So it was kind of fun.
We basically, I had just finished calling you cringe for sending him a picture of your watch or whatever, and then you hopped in and were like, what's up? So that's what happened.
Oh, the watch. Well, I mean, the watch is one thing, right? There's a platitude of things I could have showed them that would display
Autopilot
my
jumping.
superiority in net worth, but I didn't. I showed them my watch.
But you understand, like, the reason people find that cringe is, like, you just lost a debate, and your sort of cope is like, well, I have more money than you.
Yeah, but if that was the case,
Moving
that was
to
the main
Stargate.
goal, right?
Warp
Then I would probably
drive
done that public.
active.
What was the main goal?
Well, no, I'm saying if that was the main goal, I would
To give
just
the
treat it-
command
I would-
to
I
a
would
drone
just treat it, right?
requires you to have
But I feel like the
an
main goal was
active
to show
target.
him that, like, you have more money.
Oh yeah, but even in that scenario, right? I would have said that initially in the combo.
But you can like say something without saying it. Like and you did explicitly say you're like, my watch is 50 times more valuable than your house or whatever, something to that effect, right?
Oh, no. I think you guys missed the point. I feel like a lot of people
Approaching
think about
Stargate.
that, and they like to believe that it's like that simple, right? And they're missing the point entirely. The main drive of all that, right, is that there's a long combo before all that. Nobody really paid attention because I was being chill, understanding whatever. There's like a long thing, right? And he was just being a at the end, and I just threw that out there. I was like, at the same time, I've watched Ethan since like
Autopilot jumping.
not even like an adult. I knew how much his house was worth way back when, and I know my watch doesn't even compare to his house. His house, I think it's worth 12 mils, like that, right? Like I genuinely, told him in real life, I was like, bro, I knew what your house was actually worth.
Warp drive
That was a
active.
whole, yeah, I was a fanboy, literally, which I don't think is a problem. I know people don't admit that they're fanboys is a problem. So, all I'm trying to tell you is that like, I think people look at the conclusion, kind of word themselves backwards on like why I did it, and they're missing the point entirely.
So I feel like you just said a lot of words. I feel like they didn't really mean much in the end. Like I feel like there was no point to the things you just said to me.
There's a lot of points you're just not listening properly.
I'm sitting here listening. I'm really trying to understand, and
Because it was a normal like friendly conversation.
Approaching Stargate.
It's like a one-on-one conversation that I was being very genuine about it, about. It was also about other things in it, right? And I even like admitted to things that like make me vulnerable, right? That were like, oh well, if that was probably like a little, right?
So you're saying within the text there was a longer conversation, and the only part he showed was that part.
Oh, no, I think he showed the whole thing, did he not?
I honestly don't remember. I
So
remember
exactly.
watching.
So you only remember the watch thing. So it kind of fits the narrative. But at the end of the day, the narrative is wrong. It's just wrong. Like, it actually is wrong. And I never really.
What is wrong?
Oh well, the narrative that like the whole thing was like a hostile. I lost. I'm a flex on you. It wasn't like that at
Moving
all.
to Stargate.
So what was the point of
Active.
flexing? I guess would be the question then. Like, what was the? If there's a greater point, what is it?
Oh, I was sitting in the sun and I was like, I'm just being sassy, and I was like, I'm about to go to bed. Literally, I didn't open that combo until like a day later. Like, I think
You're feeling sassy.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know. I feel like that. Like once again, I feel like it doesn't mean anything. Like usually, like when I say something, like there's some intention. Like I'm trying to communicate like a message. Like there's something I'm trying to say. Are you saying like you just kind of said it like with no real, without really thinking about it?
You're kind of like equating your like debate
Approaching
skills or
Stargate.
like chat.
I'm not a debater.
Somebody
I'm not
of
a
my
debater.
well, I'm just saying you're trying to equate some of the behavior that you have to me. Is that really like a battle or like a?
I guess not just my behavior. I guess like the world's behavior. Like I'm just trying to say like usually when something happens, there's a reason to say something or like do something, and I feel like I asked you this, and it's like, well, I just kind of was feeling sassy, and it's like, well, that doesn't really mean anything. Do you get why like you say there's a narrative that people say like, oh well, you were salty, so you posted the watch to show how much money you have. Do you get why people think that way? Like, that's how that message comes across. Like, clearly, like...
Oh, yeah, but there again, the message wasn't meant for them. They didn't get the feel of the combo. Because they didn't bother reading it.
Warping
Do you
to
think...
Stargate.
So are you saying Ethan knew your
Warp
true intention and he just
drive
posted
active.
that to fuck with you?
Yeah. It's why I was generally a little bit upset at Ethan. Because he knew the feel of the whole thing. I was even admitting to certain vulnerabilities of mine to him as like I was like confident a lot of stuff that I would not come to normal people that I would understand as like a creator or whatever. But instead, he just flipped it on me. I thought that was just kind of odd. You get it?
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, I guess I want to see the full combo, but I'm just trying to find it on Twitter right now.
Well, I admitted that like he has things
Approaching
that I don't
Stargate.
have, and I'll probably never have them. Like, I was just kind of like just talking with him. I'm not being a victim, Andy. At least said like he has like a wife and children. I'm like, bro, these are like things that like I might never get to have. Like, I'm like jealous of that almost. You know? I was admiring him for that, right? That's not something that you do and like you're mad at somebody. You don't go, yo.
So are you saying you were admiring him and then you were showing like you have this and then I have the watch? Is that what you were saying?
No, I think it was in the point. Again, is that like we're not connecting.
I lost the
Seems
drone
like,
somehow.
It seems like he thought I was coming in a hostile, but then I was like, okay, like you think it's hostile?
Moving to
Yeah,
Stargate.
I'm just gonna post that. Whatever. Like it wasn't like a. I feel you're reading too far into it. Like you're reading way too far into it.
I'm reading too far. Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's your opinion. That I'm reading too far into it. Like, if that is your true intention, then that could very well be the case. But I guess it didn't come across that way at all to me or anyone else.
Well, I mean, you didn't read the combo. You admitted to that. So what does it even matter? It doesn't.
Well, you've explained to me what like the combo, like the greater context of the combo was, and I assume you're being truthful about that, not lying. And from that, I don't really see that it changes that much to me. I guess.
Oh, so you know, I get the point that basically it's like leveling out with somebody that things aren't like that, right? Like I wasn't actually mad at them or anything. Like it was just like an on-stream thing, right? And it's just like that's like a simple thing to understand, right? That for me, some things start and end when the broadcast ends, right? We do a piece of content, right? We gotta let it go, and it just kind of ends there. It's why I didn't get why you're taking off the show. Because like we can kind of push this in one way or another, right?
So I feel like Ethan didn't have that opinion. I feel like it doesn't start and end on stream. Like I feel like he feels strongly in real life, you know, about what he said to you.
Wait, what? What does that matter?
Well, you just said you're like it's different for you because it doesn't really change how you feel after the fact. Like you're still willing to be cool with Ethan. I think he sees you as like a person, basically.
Okay.
So I'm saying like
I said, even though I feel that way about certain people as well, right? I see them in real life. I understand how the content flows like.
Moving to Stargate.
And if they talk to me in the DM, it'll be different than if we're making a content piece. You not understanding that the difference is like being deliberately obtuse. Like
I genuinely just want to understand what you're trying to say. I feel like you can't speak English because I don't understand the point, like to what you're saying. Like
I feel like it's easier for you to say that because it's me in the call, and you get more like traction. I understand by saying I don't understand it. He doesn't.
I'm not even live right now. I don't get any traction.
My chat will go against me every day of the week, right? And even then,
Yep.
question mark when you said that.
I think you are ad hominem when you say I don't think you're speaking English. I mean, it's ad hominem. You're just attacking him. You're not making a fucking point. You're just attacking him. And sure, you might be a valid point that he's hard to understand, but it is not helpful. You understand how you've descended to ad hominem here, and it's not helpful. It's fucking stupid.
You're just deliberately not understanding for the sake of it.
If there is a part that you don't understand, why don't you just ask him to clarify?
Yeah, exactly.
Docking permission.
I feel like I did, and I feel like I just haven't gotten the answer like 3 times.
Wait.
Kelly, Gene.
I just told you.
I still just don't understand the point to that last message. Like, obviously, when you're sending.
Why did Tom go up against SQC or get fucking eaten alive? He's got like fucking 10 or 20 times your entire value or something. And that's the same point that he makes. And the reason he points that out and why you're mad at him is you think it's like cock posing or something, but no, he has 10 times the value you do as a content creator. It sucks, but it's true. So why go after him? It's stupid. He'll just stomp you.
That you had to have seen like how that's going to come across, even with the greater context of the conversation. Actually, especially if you're trying to level with someone, to then send something like that and be like flexing your wealth, like that just seems very. It just seems silly, you know. It seems silly.
Okay. So you missed the point. The whole
I
point
did not
is to level up with
pull
somebody as, hey man,
the
that was
loot.
nonsense. I'm
Oops.
still Felix, you're still Ethan. Here's a DM from Felix to Ethan. The whole XQC, let's make a show and drama, right? That's the whole base of it, right? Is that, hey man,
Warping to
like,
station.
I'm me,
Warp
you
drive
can still have
active.
a normal conversation. And I wasn't getting that from him. So I was like, okay, well, you want to act the same there than private, then sure, I'll be the dump that does this shit, then yeah, sure, I think that's fine.
So you were playing into his preconceived notion of you, is that what you're saying?
I think.
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
yeah,
Let me hold on. I'm sorry. Sometimes I can translate XQC news. I think what XQC is saying is that they had a big argument on stream, but when XQC turns the stream off, he doesn't carry that with him afterwards. It's like it's content. It's whatever. Who cares? So he tried to DM.
Yep, and I think I get it too. I think I understand it. That's he said it well. Yep, and there's a degree of bullshit when it comes to a stream because you're live and you're an entertainer and you will do anything to entertain people, anything, including have false tips with people. Hit them really hard when you don't mean it. Warn them first that you're going to hit them hard, but you don't mean to hurt their feelings or anything. There's all this stuff to being an actual entertainer that is read between the lines. It's kind of crazy. It's not anyways. Vespa2s. I want to buy all 13 of them or whatever. Okay, undock. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, guys. I'm terribly sorry. I'll be right back.
Autopilot engaged. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active. Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active. Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active. Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping. Stargate. Warp drive active.
Much better.
Like, we're like to show that they're still chill. But Ethan wasn't chill, and then after XQC realized that, I think XQC was just like pissed and started sending pictures. Was that?
Yeah. It was just kind of like, I didn't really listen to what you said because I'm playing effectively. Sorry, but yeah, I think that pretty much makes sense. It's just like, it's not that, like that I'm fake. It's just that I don't carry my upsetment like past the screen most of the time, and even if I do, I'll still like I enjoy like some spice in my life, whatever. But I don't carry it around me all the time. It's such a burden to have. When people, I find it cringe when they continue this upsetment in like.
XQC can speak just fine. I can hear every word he's saying. I think it's a weird. I think it's a weird internet thing to say that they can't understand him. I actually had an almost unintelligible Canadian friend named Patrick. And I would make him repeat things over and over and over and over again. I'm like, what are you saying? That's unintelligible. Like XQC, every word that he says, I can understand. No problem.
Like, indefinitely. Past the screen, in their daily life. Even in real life, when I meet them and I'm like, bro, why are you mad about this? It's like, I think you disagree with somebody on some podcast, you level out with them on other topics. I thought that was fair enough. I think the guy sees me as like so despicable because of the thing that how I react to things that like he thinks that I'm like I can't be talking to you, and he has to maintain hostility across all topic and subjects. So especially some of those that we talked about in those DMs. Plus not him leaking the whole thing was like, bro, like, do you not get it? How like people talk about how it makes me look. How does that make him look? That the
I
guy
feel like it makes him look like. I mean, just screenshot the DMs, but I guess to me it's like he genuinely cares about the subject to the point that like he's not just willing to be friends with you. Like he thinks you're a content thief. Like he thinks like you steal people's hard work. And so from his perspective, it's like, well, this guy's just being aloof about it after the fact. Like this guy, like he doesn't even care about the debate. He came on to do a conversation with me about an issue he genuinely doesn't even care about. So from his perspective, it's like you steal content, and then past that point, you also like are totally aloof about it. And then like to him to screenshot that, like I think from Ethan's side, that kind of shows like, oh well, now you're kind of bragging about the money you make from doing that kind of stuff. And I think
at that point,
then 100%.
Then 100%, and then that's what the whole point is. That was our spites, which I still stand by. I do it again. I do it right now if you want. I mean, I have absolutely no problem with it. It's like if you want things to be this way, they can. It's kind of sad that you think that everything has to be that like one-dimensional, I guess, right? But at the end of the day, if you want that to be kind of materialized, I mean, I will do it for you.
Stargate.
Right? I'll quadruple down on it. Does that make sense? You get it?
Okay. I guess I get that. Yeah, sure.
So like,
I understand your
so like, if some guy says, bro, you're like a content bully thief because you yoink shit online, right? Says that to me in real life or online. We get in real life. He still acts the same moldness, right? Well, there's a chance that I'm be like, why would I remain in that position of weakness of trying to be nice to him? He's gonna be a complete and carry past the screen. At that point, well, I'm gonna cave in to his level. And just
Autopilot engaged.
Right? I think that you can
I feel like depending on the issue you talk about, I think that's okay. Like for me personally, like there are people that I argue with online and then I see them in real life and like, oh bro, like, you know, what's up? Like it's chill. It's not chill. Like I feel very strongly about the things I talk about online. And sometimes I meet people in real life and they think like it's funny or it's cool and it's not cool. Like that was me and Zerka's recent falling out. It's like Zerka thinks he can go on Twitter and like call my wife a whore and say I like abandon my son and then see me in real life. It's like, no, I mean I'm not gonna sit here and joke with you, right? That's because you're like way over the line. And then same thing with like certain political things, like that Jackson Hinkle guy like is a legitimate like Russian state operative shill who's like dating an escort now who is like provided for by the Kremlin, and he sees me in real life, it's like shake my hand. It's like, no, I think you're a disgusting human being. So Ethan probably, regardless of how you feel about it, Ethan probably feels. I would imagine if there was a single topic that Ethan felt strongly on, it's probably going to be stuff related to fair use, right? Because a lot of their internet lives is literally defined around that huge court case that they had over fighting over it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I think they're gonna like suffered a bunch of losses in terms of time, in terms of life, and in terms of money over it, which I thought was kind of dodgy because I somehow related to that. That's why I DM'd them personally, because I kind of relate to that. I spoke about that very topic to him. I thought we could reach some sort of like, hey man, like, I get we both feel that way. And they made jokes about Mike, right? And I didn't carry that past the stream. I could have, but I didn't.
Jumping.
And I feel like him doing it was kind of like, bro, it's like a wife and kids and all that. Like, to me, it felt like some really like petty bottom of the barrel thing. If that makes sense.
Well, why,
right?
I mean, why would you carry anything bad past the screen? We're the ones that are gaining from it,
Walking
right?
to Stargate.
Like, they're technically
Drive
anybody's losing from the
active.
React stuff. It's going to be the YouTuber. So, of course, if I were to hang out with some YouTubers, like, guys, why do you take this so seriously? I'm the one making hundreds of thousands of dollars off of watching your. Why are you guys mad? Like, obviously, they're going to be the ones that are upset. Right?
I hate to use this term, but it's like, X, you're in like sort of a, from Ethan's perspective at least, you're in a position of privilege where you don't have to care. And so you being aloof comes across as very, it's like, it's not just disrespectful, it's like, he sees you as like exploitative and like happy to do it. And that's why it reads so bad to him.
What do you think would happen in a world where I showed you that the React money and all the React stuff that I get out of that React is like maybe 1.2% of my overall income, and that I could get rid of it overnight and it wouldn't make a difference.
I feel like that would just make people even more upset. Because they'd be like, well, then why do
Yeah, because then it's like such a non-issue. Why even cling on to it? And also, 1% of your revenue, in fairness, is probably more than these YouTubers make in a month.
Well, because I want to. Well, because I want to. Right? And it's why I said I was always willing to compensate people. Every single one of them was a problem. It wasn't a problem. It's fun that they made it exist.
But like, you're the person determining if there's a problem. Like you're in that position, and you know, as far as I know, have you compensated anyone for reaction content?
Absolutely. Wait, you know what's crazy? I didn't get the debate that over there. You know that out of every stream you're gonna get, right? I'm like the worst person to come after on that particular topic. We take measures that are 20 times any other reactions out there. It is by an absolute landslide. It doesn't even come close, right? And so why we had all the stuff ready to go. I had all the slides, the emails, the combos. These are things that Hassan or anybody else that reacts a lot doesn't have. You understand? Does that make sense?
Did you release this stuff publicly?
Well, why would I?
Drive active.
Well, to show people that they're wrong.
Well, but that's why I did this debate, right?
Well, yeah, but the debate is just like interpersonal. Like, you say one thing, he says something. Like, I feel like if you made like a substantive video showing how like your reaction content in particular is ethical compared to others, then that would probably have a big, you know, way in your argument's favor. No?
Well, I mean, we kind of got there, and he pulled out some stats, and he deliberately didn't understand it because he has no understanding. He has, I guess, no.
I feel like that debate was very disorganized, and just kind of like.
Well, I mean, he pulled a little graph that's like the simplest thing to understand, and he's just gonna understand backwards. Like, I think at that point we're not gonna really be able to debate stats if he doesn't get that.
Well, I mean, even if you're not debating him, like, you could just make a video, like.
Yeah, but there again, that would mean I like to do something or not. I think again, I'm not doing that.
Okay, buddy.
Right, no, literally, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing all that. Like, this is literally the meme. I ain't doing all that. I literally am not doing all that. But it's why I don't mind like tanking the hate, because at the end of the day, nobody's actually hurt. If they were,
approaching
we would have gotten PMs from it. We would have got stripes, claims, except we got none of those because nobody actually cares. Literally, it's a problem that they created from thin air. The problem that you
I think they do
about.
care. I think the problem with like a strike or a claim is it's kind of seen as like a big no-no in terms of like the YouTube stuff. Like, it's kind of seen as like interpersonally, it's kind of a place you don't want to go, even if someone did with you and like, you know, making a reaction video. And the other problem is like, I think there's a fear from YouTubers where, let's say they do strike someone like you, they don't want it to go all the way to court, because in court it's, you know, tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal costs. I know Ethan in particular, he got sued, he posted about how much money it cost him. Like, it's a lot of money, and then even if you do win, it's like, well, maybe you got a little bit of money from that.
Well, I'm giving about that argument you just did. This is like that gave me a headache. Like, this like, oh, well, I'm not gonna take a winning fight because of all these things that like what?
I mean, okay, what do you mean all these things? It's not victim, Andy. It's because you could never be a victim because you're a multi-millionaire.
Bro,
this would never be an issue for you in particular, but for other people who have less money, it could be.
Okay, they could make a claim for free.
Yes, but the issue is that if they make that claim and then you dispute it, then it becomes a legal entanglement where they have to take you to court.
And out of maybe 4,000 hours of watched content, has that ever happened once? It hasn't. So it seems like you're making a problem in that thin air.
So are you saying like you would never, if someone claimed your stuff, you would
It's
never
a lot
tweet
more
it,
than
is that what you're saying?
4,000.
Oh, I'm saying if there's a claim, somebody's upset about it, I would find a resolution.
He's trying to downplay it to 4,000 hours. I have 5,000 hours in Rust, and I pulled that just lackadaisically and taking large breaks over the last like 3 years or something. He watches 14 hours of content, 105 hours a week, just like I do. 105 hours a week, 420, a month. 12 times 420 would be 48 plus another, 80, 48. I actually think that he's at 48. When he says 4,000, I think he means 40,000. And that's a downplay on purpose. He's like doing it on purpose. He's like, and he knows that he can get play there, being like, oh, I've only watched content for 4,000 hours. No, you're online 8 hours a day, streaming live while you watch other people's content. 5 years. I mean, what is that? A year? It's 105 hours a week. 400 hours a month, 12 times 4 is 48, 4,800 hours a year for something like 5-6 years now. When he says 4,000 hours, he actually means 40,000. And I do the same thing. I'm watching someone else's content right now, but all the time I'm trying to keep the games running, trying to keep the games going.
Autopilot jumping. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
Way before I would even get to courts.
So from what I understand, I think Vince Vintage messaged you requesting some money. You probably remember him. Did he get paid out? I have no idea.
Oh, shit. That guy.
What?
About that guy, but
Okay.
It is crazy how much like you can debunk something and people won't give a at all about like the actual context behind it.
Approaching Stargate.
About how one video to the other was the same from like Miz to mine. And it's been like a mass like deliberate effort to kind of like play the part based on what was going on. And he was saying, "Oh, dude, I didn't do it initially because I didn't want to deal with Twitter drama." As he's creating a Twitter drama for himself simultaneously, and I'm like, bro, you're just the guy.
Well, maybe at the time he didn't want to cause Twitter drama because he thought that nobody would be on his side and there would be no ultimate like resolution to that conflict. But now that someone like Ethan's speaking about it, he has an opportunity to get it in front of your eyes and actually get you to perhaps walk back.
So what you're saying is that it's not about doing the right thing. It's about waiting for it to have a more likely outcome that favors you, pretty much. So you're saying it's like being a.
Could it not be both?
So what you're saying is that you're being a.
I haven't said anything about you. I haven't tried to claim any of your videos. I don't care if you react to my stuff. I'm just saying from his perspective. Obviously, like
People
if he doesn't think there's
yes, I know what you're saying.
Picking your battles is very important, though.
I disagree entirely. It's the biggest live character to pick the battle when it matters the most, regardless what is your predicted outcome. It shows a display of character. When you only take fights when you know you're gonna win them, that's a problem.
But I don't think he's ever known he's gonna win any fight. I thought he just thought it might turn out in his favor a little better if he had someone bigger like Ethan talking about it. And Ethan's someone who could actually get your attention. Do you think if Vince Vintage had tweeted about you in a vacuum and just like gotten like 500 likes, would you have responded to him?
Wait, but I don't even answer the question because the answer is we've done that to other people in the past before.
What do you mean you've done what?
Autopilot
We've
jumping.
dealt with a problem before when we were raised the problem in front of us without making, oh no, Twitter drama. I don't give a I like watching videos, and if I look weak on the internet, I don't give if we can make the problem disappear with a solution. I find a problem.
So what you mean is in the past when someone's raised an issue, you've messaged them and be like, hey, here's some money or let's work this out. Is that what you're saying you've done?
Yes, it's the same way that I told you.
So are you just unwilling to do this with Vince now because of his approach, basically? Like, because I don't know, you see him as disingenuous?
That's what I said. I greenlit all of my editors, the people that deal with all my emails. I don't my own emails. I told them they could resolve the decision and have whatever they want to do. I didn't do a follow-up on it. I didn't look upon it. I'm sure they found a resolution. Because
Approaching
has there
Stargate.
been made any more tweets? Has there been any issues that have been brought up? Has anything else that's gone? No, there hasn't. Otherwise, you'd be talking about it. It seems like again, people are making problems out of thin air, and they're assuming the worst because it fits their narrative and it fits their story. That's what I'm trying to get at. But nobody cares about if there's an actual problem.
Autopilot
It's all
jumping.
about how it'll look and how to make them look, right? Because has there been a problem with people like that? Has somebody gotten rolled and somebody poor, somebody lost opportunities because of all this? I'm sure if it was a problem, they would have
Moving
talked
to
about something
Stargate.
somewhere, but
Warp drive
nobody has said
active.
anything because it isn't a problem.
But they did say something. Like, people did start a whole, thing about this. That's why you got in the call with Ethan.
Oh, that's incorrect. I just did it because I want some drama.
But like the reason that conversation happened is because like a conversation about that became a big thing, and it started because you reacted to a Lemino video.
No. I actually, legitimately, no. I talked to Lemino off stream in DMs. Lemino did not voice a problem about me reacting. It was an original gamer or something like that. This guy just stole the gun, blah blah blah. Lemino didn't give a. I talked to Lemino. So, are you Lemino?
So I understand from Lemino's perspective, he doesn't have an issue. I'm saying someone like Vince did make a video that I guess you did react to, and he did have an issue. And as far as the Mizkif comparison, I think what he specifically said about that is that people like Miz and Hassan shout him out, promote his channel, say go sub to this guy. And I think what he's saying is that you didn't do that. Now I could be wrong. Did you do that for Vince to say?
Actually, nobody did that on either end. Quite literally, See, it seems like the goalpost moves every quarter of a second, and it's like it's never ending. Nobody has a problem.
Autopilot jumping.
Literally, nobody has a problem. And if people do have a problem, I'm open ears. See, you're making a whole debate about this. I think that didn't happen based on assumptions. And I think I remember this. I think I remember that. But it seems like you're wrong
Warping to
across the
station.
board.
How am I wrong across the board? I
Active.
actually have a tweet of Vince Vintage saying, I love seeing big streamers reacting to my videos. Clouding you from watching my video equals fair exchange.
A
When a
module
streamer
has
has nothing
run
to
out
say,
of
then
charges.
re-uploads the reaction to their YouTube channel. That's the problem. That's what this guy said. And he has a video linked as well where Hassan's saying go sub to this guy, like him. And I think he has another video that I've seen where Mizkif says something to the effect of like, oh, this guy makes amazing videos. I love his animations. Go sub to him. Go check him out. Like, I think what he's saying is like he's happy to take the reaction if there's some promo involved, in which case like the YouTuber's gaining some sort of audience off that interaction.
So we're saying that there is a concern on one facet of React content that can literally be fixed with a, hey man, could you do this? And since we're after the fact, I was damaged by this, could you do this? And I could say, yeah, we could absolutely do that. I'm sorry about that. I'll do better next time. And we could end the problem. Except that wasn't a problem until somebody made a problem from
Docking
thin air
permission
and they jumped on the
requested.
bandwagon
Docking
after other
permission
people
requested.
that are part of the
Docking
problem
request
jumped on the
accepted.
bandwagon as well. And the whole thing was based off of a non-issue. That's the problem. And you seem
Autopilot
it's
disabled.
hard to convince you
Waypoint
of that.
reached.
Even though I'm telling you, I have like multiple thousands hours of content uploaded from other people's content, and not a singular complaint is the public out there.
Do you think those thousands of hours of content led people to
wait.
believe that maybe you would be unwilling to change because it's such a big precedent for you that a lot of your content
Why
is
does he
reacting to
have
stuff?
change for everyone?
Wait, hold on, wait.
I don't think he has to. I'm just curious, I guess.
Let me clean this argument up a little bit, okay? So I think because despite how he represents the argument, I do largely agree with what XQC is saying. Although I don't think he has trouble enunciating it. But here's a couple of the issues. So one issue is that it feels like the arguments move around a lot for what people actually care about. Like sometimes as a streamer, as we defend our properties, we're like shadowboxing with 7 different arguments. Sometimes it feels like some people are saying don't react at all, that's unethical. Other people are saying you can react, but you have to give good reactions. Others are saying you can react and not give good reactions, but at least you have to shout us out. Other people are saying, well, you can do this, but you need to get permission first. Other people are saying, well, you can do this, but you also have to pay. And so it's like, it feels like there's not a coherent ask sometimes from people, which is one part of the problem. And then the second part of the problem is, it feels like people don't care until somebody kind of makes a big stink about it, and now it's kind of like the thing, and now everybody cares. So I think with X and that Vince guy, now this is my recollection, and I could totally be wrong, so feel free to, if you've seen other tweets, correct me if I'm wrong. It sounds like that Vince guy was super on Mizkif's side for a lot of things. He liked streamers reacting to his stuff. He didn't seem to have anything bad to say about it until, I think think it was Mudahar that first made the reaction video, or somebody first made
It was,
yeah.
yeah. It was him, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, a bunch of people were like, "Oh, this is actually horrible." And not only was it a bad thing, now it was like a really big deal. And it almost felt like we were in this world where you kind of had these like streamers that were running Gotham City, and all of these YouTubers were like these poor homeless people that were being forced out of their jobs by evil React streamers. So the scale of everything seemed messed up. The actual complaints were hard to nail down, and it felt like people were changing their mind based on, you know, what videos were popular at the time. And I think that was the big frustration for streamers at that point.
So just to lay out my opinion, like my genuine opinion, because I'm playing devil's advocate a little bit here.
Yeah.
My perspective.
But at the end of the day, why do you care so much? Like, what does it have to do with you? Why do you feel
It's an
like
interesting conversation. I'm a YouTuber.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, he's
Okay,
basically
but
a YouTuber.
so you don't think you rip off other people's content? There's
No,
never
no, no,
been
no.
one time where you've ever done anything like this. The only reason people are mad at him for it is because he's successful, and that's literally all it is. People hate because people are successful.
So for the record, I don't think that's the only reason, because there's a lot of successful people. There's a lot of successful people who are not hated, and they don't do React content. Okay, X is hated, does do React content. My genuine opinion, I used to be, when I was a smaller channel, I used to like mauled at like React streamers. And I think that my genuine opinion on it at the end of the day is like, it's bad content, but I don't really care. My opinion used to be like, it's stealing, it steals views. Genuinely, my opinion now is like, it probably doesn't steal views. Maybe if it's a reaction that's uploaded within the first like day of the video's viewership, maybe it will siphon some views away. But overall, like big sort of picture, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think the content is, but X, I think you know that. I don't think you really care about that, so I don't think it's a really big deal for you. You said yourself you don't want to do, you know, high effort stuff, and that's whatever. Obviously, it doesn't stand to benefit you to change your content in any way. That being said, I think if you're a smaller content creator, if you're not a Let Me Know, if you're someone like me and you're a smaller content creator, who, if you're not like me,
Wait. Did you say if you're someone like me and you're a smaller content creator?
No. If you're someone who's not like me and you're smaller, who's not like me, you're a smaller content creator. If you're not really making money off your videos and a streamer reacts and you see him making a bunch of money off of it, I understand the frustration and anger that comes with that, and I get why they, you know, get kind of peeved about the fact that someone just watches their video, doesn't say anything, and they make a bunch of money off of it. And so I understand that basic frustration. I don't really care at the end of the day. I actually got for my audience because I was like, I don't think it's that big of an issue for a streamer to react to a video. I don't give it, but I also like Vince, and I don't think he's coming from a disingenuous place, basically.
Okay. Well, my opinion is that when there's an interaction, right, between party A and B, and they're both chill about it,
The capacitor is empty.
is something that's so
Active.
irrelevant. I don't want to see it, hear it. It is from left field, and to act like you can
Active.
dictate the interaction between A and B, and what the nature of it, the result from it, the damage of it. Your opinion on it is air. It's worth nothing, and the fact that you think that it's worth something is quite appalling. I think it says a lot about everybody else. It says only something about C and nothing about A and B. Literally.
But we're in the entertainment industry. Like, people just talk about stuff publicly that happens.
Okay.
Docking permission
You gotta stop
requested.
these
Docking
cop-out
request
positions that you're
accepted.
taking.
How is that a
It's like-
cop-out?
Docking
Every
permission
decision so far today
requested.
are
Docking
cop-outs.
request
Hold on,
accepted.
wait. Hold on. So I think an issue is that, like, so XCC brings up a fair point that it feels annoying that, like, a transaction between A and B is being commented on by C. So one of the things that I thought was kind of funny when this whole thing popped off is everybody on the internet had a really strong opinion about streamers reacting to Let Me Know's video, and I don't know if today he's ever made a public statement about it. If he did, I missed it. Yeah.
But
so-
can someone like Mudahar not just say, like, it's really content? Okay,
No,
not say that.
hold on.
Content is relevant.
Yeah,
Literally content is relevant.
they're not saying it's content. They're saying there's like a highly unethical, highly immoral action that's taking place. I think that's what people are upset about. But I
So
think that
that's-
the issue is
That's
that
the major issue.
yeah, that's the issue. But to Turkey's credit, and XTC laughed this off before, but it's not necessarily the case. It could be that there are YouTubers that are uncomfortable with it, but they're waiting for a bigger person to step up because they don't want to be the face of fighting like these massive streamer fan bases, and they don't want to catch all the flack for that, so they just don't say.
They don't
sorry.
want the subreddit post. They don't want the big tweet. Like, think about it. If you have like 1,000 subscribers, let's say you do, right? And let's say you make videos and you're trying to succeed on YouTube, and then thinks you have a bad take. I'm not saying you don't have a right on him if you think he's wrong. You can absolutely do that. You can say it's behavior, but like, do you want like one of your earliest sort of career-defining moments to be like a tweet with 30,000 likes calling you, or like a big subreddit post calling you an idiot?
You're right about that. You're right about that. And you forgot it because
Warp drive
this comes
active.
from me. I'm a goblin that sits behind the computer all day, right? Have you
Docking
ever thought
permission
that
requested.
some conclusions and some problems are better handled when
Docking
you talk to the person
request
directly and say, hey
accepted.
man, this kind of sucks. Can we stop doing that? Can we do better than that? And we talk person to person through either an email or a DM, and we don't have to make a tweet about it like some, because the court of public opinion isn't always the best option. That's why often enough people don't even reach out privately. They go straight publicly because they're like some of the problems that I had before, like with Chris Kazarts, which was my first and I think only person that mentioned the problem. We fixed it, and they never emailed me ever again. Why?
Autopilot
Because we
engaged.
adapted to the landscape of that particular person's demand, and we even asked if they did something that they damaged, if they want something for, and said no, and we just moved on, and everybody's happy.
Warp drive
But
active.
your take on their happiness and our interaction is irrelevant. Yet most of it happens privately, like it should.
So what do you think about like Ethan's take? Do you think he's being like disingenuous with how he feels?
I think in a lot of ways, people live in a world where they are people who take a hammer, bring it to the quarry, right? Hammer at the rock, right? For hours on end, and sell it for $1 for somebody to tap it once, right? And sell a sculpture for $60 that they spent 10 seconds making it. And what they cause is causing them to be absolutely mauled. Well, maybe that's just how the market is. Want to be somebody who goes to the quarry and gets the raw materials. Want to be the guy who makes into a sculpture. Right? Both have their pros and cons. One is more lucrative than the other, right? But you're getting mad at that ecosystem.
He made a
doesn't
deep point.
Change anything for anybody. You're just being literally. You're that
So you
mad
think it's just like
you
jealousy?
become an artist,
envy.
but instead you're just the guy with the hammer, and that's just how it is.
So you think it's just like pure jealousy, envy, spite?
That's
Yes.
exactly what it is. That's
It's what- yes.
literally that's literally what it is.
Okay.
Thanks
well,
for your
if you feel
input,
that way.
Mac. Very
Kelly,
helpful.
Kelly, don't start.
I need people to know that it's just not me
Jumping.
that's going and laughing in the background.
Yeah, what the f are you doing? Are you gonna just mute yourself? You're just gonna fart and snicker in the microphone. Come on, say something.
Fart and snicker in the microphone. That's interesting. I was actually trying to, come into the conversation and have an opinion and actually be normal for once. And
Moving
see
to
what happens.
Stargate.
Where's the opinion?
Warp
Where is
drive
the
Okay.
active.
All right.
Well, I didn't want to
Valuable.
interject. Kelly, what is your?
Here's your big chance.
Shut up.
Why do you not like me? It makes no sense. I literally have not done anything wrong to you. Why do you not like me?
How about let them finish their conversation so
And then we'll talk about it. But all right, let the men talk and then we'll talk. All right.
I'm done. I said everything I wanted to say. I think I made,
Jesus.
my.
Good job. You got enough material for your next video, for your next hit piece?
Yeah, exactly, buddy. You're all getting canceled. What do you want to say,
No.
Merc? Off the perk.
Oh, wait, did you have anything?
I'm actually interested to hear any kind of argument in any of this, because I think this is very straightforward. I think this understands it. If Destiny was going to crush me on this, he would, right?
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I feel like Destiny also agrees with your opinion, though. No?
True, because it's the right opinion, obviously.
Warp drive
Yeah, and at
active.
the end of the day, I don't have like a big differing opinion, but I also
My-
I think your performance in that conversation with Ethan was like.
I mean,
not
he
that
called
good.
him
That was my
bald
biggest
and then
issue.
did the worm. But
Yeah,
just
but
because
see-
he's
Okay, but
bad at
here's-
debating.
it's funny.
Why are you interrupting? Shut the fuck up. I didn't say it wasn't funny. I'm just saying
People get
that's not
mad
how
about
people
the truth.
debate
People-
well, is it?
people
Shut
literally-
up.
okay,
Shut
no,
up.
no, no.
I know
Okay,
it made people talk. It printed some fucking cold, hard fucking cash. Okay, and at the end of the day, it's kind of what matters in all this, right? Because that's all they care about is the money, right? All they care about is because I don't care that much about that for the money. But since everybody cares about, right? And sure, yeah, it did print some cold cash. So there you go.
Docking
There you
permission
have it now.
requested.
You happy now? It's all about money. See, it's what I hate on these discussions.
Docking
If
request
you want to make it all about
accepted.
money, you can do that, right? But it gets even stupider.
Autopilot
I wish
jumping.
people let it devolve into discussion isn't just about money. That's why I said it last time. The way do I react? Because I enjoy it, right? If I lost every bit of dollar of these React video
Warping to
income,
Stargate.
it wouldn't affect me.
Warp
And
drive active.
that speaks volumes, I think, in the fact that I do it because I enjoy it, and that's what matters to me, right? You get that?
I got it.
I
Alright.
understand.
I think Turkey. One of the things that I said that like, and again, actually saying it in other words, but like, I feel like there's a kind of like a trend online where people like to run influencers, and like streamers and stuff, and I feel like it's just a hay wagon where people are just upsetty spaghetti at like streamers.
drive
Who, admittedly,
active.
I think you can be upsetty spaghetti at because we have like literally the easiest jobs and we print money doing ball sitting at our computers.
But
all
it's
day.
not easy. It's
It-
just harder in a different way.
It's harder.
No,
in a
it
different
is-
way.
it is
It
easy.
is
And
harder
that's
in a way,
okay.
but like comparatively speaking, it's the level of preparation is very low. The level of effort into the content is very low.
Approaching
But that's not
Stargate.
fair because okay, so let's take. I don't want to make this about me, but I think I have like a right to talk about this. Kelly, get off my, please. Anyway, the point being, I feel like people are like, oh, they have money. It's so easy. They have these houses. They have these cars. Just starting out on Kick and doing what I'm doing, I've already realized that it's not easy. One, I work a full-time job.
Wait, okay, wait. I agree with you that it's hard.
Autopilot
Streaming can
jumping.
have its difficulties. I'm just saying that the reward is way different. So, for instance, every single difficult thing that you just said is true. Now, imagine all of that extra time instead of going into streaming goes into making a 2-minute animation that takes you 2 months to do, that's
Moving to
uploaded to YouTube,
Stargate.
and then gets like
Warp drive
150
active.
views,
The,
right?
the actual process of streaming, like, I agree, like, there's a lot of time that needs to be put into it. It takes years to build up. Like, even at that point, like, there's a little bit of luck involved. You have to meet the right people. You have to do the right things. Like, and even at that, some people just don't have it. You know, some people have it, some people don't have it. Clearly, X has it. Some
Why are
people
you?
just...
That's literally like a hateful statement. Clearly, X has
It's
it. You sound like
hateful?
you're literally hating on him. You're literally jealous of him. That's exactly what it is. I can tell it by
Wait,
your
no,
voice.
no, no, what are you
What?
talking about?
Clearly,
I
X has it is a
Like, X has, like, the
compliment.
charisma needed to
It's
be
the
a
X
job streamer,
factor.
right? If you're a good streamer,
The
yeah,
X
yeah, you get
factor.
the
But it
credit.
takes-
That's
it
what they
takes
call
more
it. It's
than
called
that.
the
It's
X
just, like,
factor.
No, I
connecting
agree,
your
and I
audience.
just said
It
that.
takes-
I just spent 30 seconds talking about that, then I said, and there's also, like, a little bit of a charisma/appeal factor that
And you
I
say
think
the
that
rewards
definitely
are
exists.
different, but you gotta okay, say we take someone like him at his level. Yes, the rewards are great, but also you gotta think about the risks.
Approaching
Doxing,
Stargate.
stalkings, girls who are after your money. Like, there's so many other risks that normal people don't have to go through that makes him to be deserving
Yeah,
of it as
normal
well.
people, a lot of, okay, as far as deserving, like, that's just whatever the
Guys.
market dictates. Like, if you have a job and you make money doing
So you're
it,
saying
and you
he
make a
doesn't
certain amount of money,
deserve
that's not what I said. Okay,
Why
if
are
you
you
have a
both
job,
sitting here talking about him like he's not here? This is so weird.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
I do about it. Listen, I'm good at analogies of the game. I'm also terrible at it. But one thing is, it's like this.
Autopilot
Okay?
jumping.
I get it. It's like an oil refinery. Okay, it can take a long time building the technology, making it, installing it, finding where to dig, where to put it, all the equipment in the stack, right? The actual
Moving
action
to
of pressing the
Stargate.
button
Warp
to
drive
suck the oil
active.
out when you have everything in place is incredibly easy. Yes, right? But it's the building the machine that took a lot of time. I think both of those have value in
Okay, and I
in their own respect. Does that make
I
sense?
totally agree with you, and I don't think there's anything wrong with making money in an easy way, and I also don't think there's anything wrong with. And
Why
I,
do you
okay,
use that word,
shut the
though?
fuck up, shut the fuck up.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
let me
go
say
ahead,
my
yell at
point.
me,
Let me
yell at
talk. Yes, I'm gonna yell at you because you're saying things that I'm
and
not
now you're
saying. You're
calling
making.
me- I'm on
You
the
are.
spectrum.
I don't give a. I don't give a. Okay.
Get
I will get
canceled,
canceled. Okay.
buddy.
You're on. Maybe you're on the spectrum,
Okay,
and you're also. And that's what you deserve to be called.
Okay,
Okay.
let him
You're
finish his
making
statement.
fun of-
Stop. Let him finish his statement. Go ahead, Turkey Tom.
Okay. What I'm saying is there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Okay, there's absolutely nothing wrong with having an easy job. And I also respect the fact there's a lot of stuff that goes into streaming that a lot of people don't see. Okay, there's a lot of stuff that goes to it that people just they'll never get because they're not streamers. And undoubtedly, like, you know, X definitely absolutely no liked his way to the top. He streams a lot, from what I understand, and you know that's cool. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with like becoming. Why are you making these noises? What's going on?
Because okay.
Are you him or something?
Maybe it is because I'm glazing him right now. I don't
She
give a fuck.
wishes.
But it's like, you guys come for people like this. Like, and it's not just
Autopilot
XQC. It's so
jumping.
many people.
How am I
You sit
coming
here
for
and
him?
judge how they get their money. You guys pocket
I'm a
watch, you're mad at
YouTuber.
them.
How am I
Okay,
pocket
then go
watching?
back to fucking YouTube. Get off Discord. Stop judging people for what you don't have. You're
How am I
jealous.
judging it?
That's what it
How
is.
am I
That's what it
jealous?
is.
What am I jealous of?
Moving to
How do I
Stargate.
express my
If you're not
jealousy?
jealous,
Drive
then leave.
Okay, you
active.
can't tell him to come and just
If I'm not
leave.
jealous, then
Okay,
leave.
let's-
Because you say you don't
If you're
care.
not a dumb, get the fuck out of this call.
Hey, I'm a dumb and I accept that.
Okay. I have expressed. I have not expressed even a single opinion you actually disagree with. You are making up problems in your head for how I'm wrong.
Okay. And here comes the subtle misogyny. Keep going.
Yes, it's not subtle. It's
What does
blatant.
that have to
Okay.
do with
You're
your
a dumb.
gender?
Oh, Kelly. Of course, Kelly.
Brennick, that is
Yeah.
gender neutral.
Okay, yeah, I'm schizo. Schizo posting. Yep, that's me.
That is you. Yes, that
Yeah,
is you. You say it
know
ironically.
nothing
That
about
is
me.
you.
You know what's
Get
so
the pat
funny?
itself.
People want to talk about me on the internet, but know nothing about me in real life, and I guarantee.
I don't
want to
know you in real life. You're probably just sucked into a black hole of misery.
And that's the problem because you don't know me. You guys take this internet so serious when in reality everyone is
Approaching
trolling.
Stargate.
The internet's not real. You just need
So why are
to
you
get
getting
off
mad
of it.
online, bro? Why are you getting mad online?
Because I'm tired of people like you, and you know what? Yeah,
So you
No,
take it
no,
seriously.
bro.
You're mad.
yeah, I take
You're
it
mad.
seriously,
You're
and I should.
You're
because
spurging.
People like
You're coping.
Yeah, I
You're
am.
mad.
I'm autistic, so yeah, I am spurging. Go ahead, get canceled, bro. Whatever. Like,
Okay, it's whatever.
you made up your
See,
mind that you're right, and you won't even listen and understand where I'm coming from, because it's all in. Yeah, I'm angry.
you literally you responded to me in anger, and I said I agree with what you're saying. There's nothing wrong with that. And then you just get angry again. You're saying no, but it's because of this. And I'm like, no.
Autopilot
Black woman
jumping.
now. Crazy. All right, keep going.
Are you black?
I'm half black. Is that an issue?
Well, I guess you're an angry, half black autistic woman, and I'm calling you
Well,
retarded.
you know
so.
what? I'm comfortable with the truth, and I don't get angry at it, and that is the truth. So there you go.
Okay, there you go. W
Moving
Riz.
to Stargate.
Yeah. What's your truth?
Warp
You're
drive
incel virgin.
active.
Oh, I can't roll the
Sorry,
words
sorry,
there.
sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
saying just be careful.
an incel virgin. True.
Sorry. Anyway,
It's true.
continue. By the way, never mind.
I don't remember where we were, to be honest.
I'm just listening. But I just feel like I wish we got more voices from the people that are defrauded by these things, right? That are victims of these things, right? So I can actually understand it because I'm not only am I already receptive to a lot of the problems and work on solutions with people, right? I'm always open ears and looking, quite literally. And I have my editors, both of them, on different emails that are just ready to shoot whatever they have at me that comes at them so we can fix it, literally. And I've always said this, and I don't understand like what is the actual problem, because even to this day we have not come to the conclusion of what is the actual problem, because at the end of the day there isn't any fucking problem. There is no problem. The problem is the mother suckers that come in between the interaction that are like trying to save the world. It's like savior complex. They're not saying shit. Save your own careers. Talk about something else. The fuck? How hard is it to understand? Save your own career. That's it. And I don't know why it's like I have to debate this. I should have to.
You don't have to. And honestly, like everyone is expecting of an answer, and I go through this. Everyone's like, "Well, you say this on the internet. You do this on the internet. Yeah, for content, it's funny." And then the minute I turn my camera off, I go around and live my life like normal, and then I come back to do it once I'm ready to come back and turn the camera on. People take this way too serious, and everyone wants an answer, but in reality, they need to be searching for their own answers.
So, Merc, if you say something online, do you not think people can criticize you for that?
No, most definitely you can, but whenever you choose not to entertain that energy or choose not to like take on their emotions and they get mad, that's their problem.
But isn't when you say something outrageous, isn't the thing you want to get like some kind of reaction or debate?
I mean, yes. Oh my. Okay.
Sorry.
This guy's like 16,000 decibels too high, bro. This guy's like Macari on cocaine. Let me turn him down.
You got his server muted, so good luck, evil.
Okay. Anyway, Merc, do you have a channel? What's your channel name?
My channel name is Merc Off the Perk.
Sorry, I'm not laughing. I'm just
Docking
talking.
permission requested. Docking request accepted. Approaching Stargate.
What? Merc off to perk. Wow, off the perk.
Autopilot jumping.
Winter and fall
Moving to
clothes
Stargate.
in for like my
Warp
summer
drive
clothes.
active.
So that's the lovely mess you see in the back. So don't mind it too much.
I'm not gonna judge, girly. I'm not gonna judge. I am a clutter fiend myself. This only looks nice because this is my like office and nothing lives here. So no problemo. I'm gonna pull up my YouTube chat, which I don't normally try to pay attention to too much because it distracts me. But I just want them to tell me if the volume is off or anything. 'Cause I can't tell. So you guys, I'll be looking at the chat for you guys to warn me if my.
Listening to Tom talk to women is disgusting, and I don't really condone it.
It's a funny name. You can laugh. It's supposed to be funny.
I'm really sick.
I can't seem to find your
Hey,
channel.
I'm sick too, dude. I'm sick too. You know.
Off the perk.
I'm sick.
I just want to let everyone know.
I can't seem to find your
Approaching
channel, and that's weird because yeah, Merc off the perk. Yeah, and I can't seem to find his channel, or sorry, I can't find her channel either. And he's right, and it's weird because I can't find her fucking channel. It's weird, and he's not saying this like as a diss.
This is Tiny's fault, alright?
Autopilot
How many
Everything
subscribers
here
do
is
you
his
have?
fault.
How many subscribers do you have?
Trolled?
How many
Am I getting trolled?
subscribers do I have? Why does that matter? Why do?
Because when I went to go look for your
Moving
fucking
to
YouTube,
Stargate.
there was nothing there.
Warp drive active.
Does that validate my opinion?
I have more subscribers than you.
I'm not saying it doesn't.
And I'm probably the lowest, worst piece of shit on YouTube, I guarantee it.
I'm just trying to find
Okay,
it.
then
I'm probably the most functional, lowest subs on YouTube, I guarantee it, because I don't pay attention. I don't care. I'm about quantity here all my life.
Did you ask? What does it matter?
Because I'm trying to make sure I get the right channel.
I have 553 subscribers. I have 2,969 followers. I have currently.
553 subscribers.
I just want to let everyone know. This is Tiny's fault, alright? This is entirely.
How many
Everything here
subscribers
is
do you
his
have? Am I
fault.
being trolled?
How many
Am I being
subscribers do I have?
trolled?
Why does that matter? Why does that?
It matters because you're in this call with these
Approaching
superstars and you're judging them. Because you're friends with somebody who's just hanging on?
Validate my opinion.
I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just trying to.
And now he won't say that, but I will.
Okay, then why did you ask? What is it?
Like Charlie Day. I'll just say it to your fucking face. I don't care. The only person on television I've ever thought was even remotely like me was Charlie Day.
Autopilot
That's it.
jumping.
Doesn't matter.
Because I'm
And I don't give a living shit who you are.
trying to make sure I get the right chance.
And like, see, this kid does, but like, I mean, I don't think I would ever ask a YouTuber what their subs were.
Walking to Stargate.
To me, that's like a culture
Drive
war
active.
line.
I have 553 subscribers. I have
553 subscribers.
2,950.
And he is being trolled. He's being trolled. He's like, am I being trolled? And he is. He's being trolled. He's being trolled by Destiny. He's being trolled by Destiny, and he's laughing. Look.
59 followers. I have currently 1,155 views.
He's laughing. Look, he thinks this is hilarious. But what it really is it's a troll.
And I've only been streaming for a month. So go ahead and...
Okay, she's only been streaming for a month? Okay, I don't believe that. When I look at the weird little bit that I saw of you on YouTube, I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that you've only been streaming for a month. I really just do not believe that. Merc off the perk. Should have popped, you know? Should have popped the fucking channel. I've never not seen that before. There she is. Now, this video got 5,000 views because that's probably where Turkey Tom and all his followers went. Is they're like, oh my god, like this girl, like...
Or if you can't hear Merc, because I would hate for that to happen, so please...
Merc off the perk. This is a person with 500 subs. Is she a streamer? Let's go to Twitch.
Autopilot jumping.
Merc off the perk, and we're gonna get that. Blah, blah, blah. What a terrible ass name. I'm sorry, but nope. It's not that she doesn't have social status. She's the same social status as me. You know, is that I don't really see how you could ever be critical of these people the way that you're being critical of them when you yourself haven't put butts in the seat. Like, I mean, okay. Now you say, and I'm not comparing my I guess I am. I'm comparing my career to hers. But if we come to the analytics of my channel, 1.6, great. Yep, 21 follows. Hey, I'm actually doing pretty good. Yeah, hey, cool. Yeah, if I can get a follow a day, or at least like maybe one every 2 days, something. Hey, cool. Yep. Hey, made $14 or whatever. The average viewers per channel. Yep, and I'm doing well in Eve. That's good. Terrace Land. Now, most recent stream, our suggestions is Terrace Land and Palea. Average viewers per channel, 15, 10. Pokemon Party. Yeah, this is what they think I should do. Or PAX Day. Jesus Christ.
Autopilot jumping.
So, now, so, what I'm looking for is, if you look at the achievements, you're gonna see somewhere in here, I have an achievement for 170, or yeah, I have like 250 viewers at the same time or whatever, right? And I have gotten to 177. That's about half what this girl has done all of her career. And it's weird for her to go after Tom or anybody here. And it's weird for her to dominate the stream. And I'm not saying that she can't. I think she should, you know, whatever.
Approaching Stargate.
But I think he's getting trolled, and it sucks because it's like, and you're about to hear the reaction. I think he's getting trolled, and I think you're about to see somebody getting eaten alive, and I think they are trolling him, and I think Destiny is trolling him for content.
degrade me and tell me I'm not successful.
Now, Tom is in an uncomfortable situation.
Autopilot jumping.
And I don't like Tom that much, but I like watching his content. He's got good content. He stepped in it. Destiny set him up to go up against a no viewership streamer who's just as ornery and fighty as he is, who doesn't have anything to lose because they've got a 500 sub channel, who will just eat him alive. And you can see the smile on Destiny's face. Am I getting trolled here? Did you hear Tom say it? You can see the smile on Destiny's face right here. A smart man, and I think Destiny is kind of making this point about how XQC is smart, but I think Tom is kind of dumb. And Tom wants to go after these people because he's very good. He is intelligent, but he's not Destiny smart or XQC smart or even this girl Merc off the perks smart.
Approaching station.
And so Destiny set this all up, and I'm sure they talked about it beforehand.
I wasn't gonna do that. I was just trying.
It's a Discord call.
Do it, Tom.
Find your channel.
Do it, Tom. Degrader. And he's using him for content. Do it, Tom. Degrader.
There's nothing wrong with just
camera on. Do you want me to just turn my camera on so you can make fun of how I look too? Because everyone loves to make fun of me how I look funny.
I don't care how you look, dear. I'm sorry. I don't care. You know.
On the internet. When reality,
what is going on with you?
Docking permission requested.
I think you do give something going on at home.
No, you know, I'm letting it all out because I've been feeling this, and I feel like now is a good time to just let it all out. You know, just let's let our feelings out.
Let's let our feelings out, love, on this fucking predatory phone call filled with like the planet's best commentary reactors.
Let's talk about our feelings.
Let's talk about our feelings.
I'm not doing that. Trust me. I'm good on
I'm not doing that. XQC is like, nope. What are you talking about?
that. I'm gonna just show you.
Nope. I'm good. Yep. That's kind of how I feel too. What do? I buy a Tristan. Or do I have one here? I don't know. Do I have one here? No. Oh yeah, you're in the station, are you? Yeah, you're in the station. Go back to the thing. You need to get in this Tristan and check the fitting. Bad. I want a drone damage amplifier. Drone damage amp. 2. I want 3 of thems. 3 of thems. Fit. I am gonna send, oops, I'm gonna send, or no, I'm still gonna bring Vespas. 10 of them. But shit, bring 20, who cares? Yep. 14, sounds good to me. Undock.
Autopilot engaged.
We're going to talk about whatever about React content and whatnot. That's why I came here. I didn't come here for therapy, yo.
Oh, well,
there
my
are some
bad.
things
Sorry.
I did want to talk about React
I'm just
content,
saying.
but
I didn't come here for therapy. I'm just saying.
I'm really not
we want
confident that I'll be able to get an argument out with certain characters in here, so I don't know.
Pretty sure I just wanted to talk about conspiracy theories.
There we
now
go.
Oh, hey.
Okay,
Anyway.
there are certain arguments about React content that I like haven't heard addressed, and I really want to hear Destiny, Tom, and XQC's take on it.
Gotcha. Here it comes.
So,
here it comes.
Well, the argument would be that like the entire conventions of fair use is one that upholds like a system that rewards people for being able to create media that a certain bar of originality, and then it protects them from other people trying to encroach on that like originality.
It's like an entire system that's meant to just say, okay, you can make a living making media, and one of the things that artists need to be able to make a living off of creating stuff is that like what they create is going to be protected, you know. And then fair use is a cutout that says, okay, you can use other people's works so long as you're also contributing beyond a certain bar of originality. And like my understanding of how this hurts people, it doesn't necessarily hurt exactly the person whose video that you're reacting to, but you are taking views away from other channels that are producing original works.
Yes,
like
yes. I'm gonna stop you right there because now, okay, so now we did the morality aspect, we did the social aspect. Now we're going to the legal aspect, which is the most boring one.
No, this is morality.
No, that's legality.
Has anyone ever proven the taken of views? Has anyone proved it? Or is it just conceptual?
You made a legal basis in order to propel a
Well, wait,
semi-hybrid morality argument.
Just
So it's kind of both.
just so that we're all on the same page. So the moral argument he's making is that in any society where creative people can create creative works, we would want to be able to protect their creative works from other people stealing it, so that we can incentivize making it. So, what that looks like codified in law is a separate argument, but morally, he's saying we ought not encroach on other people's creative works.
Yes. So here's another analogy, like the one I gave you earlier about the oil refinery. Okay, I come out at night. Okay, I come out at night, and I pull your garden hose, okay, beside your house. I water your a little bit, and I steal a bit of water, okay. And at the end of the day, in this world we're talking about, it doesn't cost you anything, right? So you have your water a little bit, right? And I get water from your garden hose. It's kind of cool, right? And then you're the neighbor. You pull out one night with a 12-gauge shotgun, and you blast me in the face. Boom! No, you're not gonna do that. Like, okay, well,
okay. I think I'd like to hear from Destiny on this.
How do you know that the person is not okay with
Tom.
How do you know that the person isn't okay with or doesn't know that this whole interaction is happening? How do you know? One, you don't, right? And two, you're making assumptions because of a savior complex, because you're that's
gun
why.
down. Water stealers, that's what
So
I
wait,
think.
but he's making the stealing cable argument, right? Where it's like if you steal cable from somebody they don't know, it doesn't matter if they're already paying for it.
No. If
that's XTC's argument. Or what do you think?
No, that's not my argument. I said if they do know, and they're okay with it, why do you have to make some sort of...
It has nothing to do with the person whose content you might be taking, because you're right, it might benefit them, and in most situations it probably does.
Yeah,
so, but what you're doing is there's like a finite... People have a finite amount of time to spend on YouTube, and the assumption is that these people would be going to watch like created works that a certain bar of originality if they were not watching your reacts. So in this case, it might not be detrimenting the exact creator that you're reacting to content from, but it is detrimenting from a pool of creators that are creating original content that is like, they're not getting any views now. It's like you're sort of siphoning off all these views that would go to all these other different videos potentially, but they're all going to your video now.
So Supreme, I think that...
So let me just like first.
And it's subverting, it's undercutting the convention.
Yes. Now you are making a significant amount of algorithmic conclusions that you do not have.
I'm gonna lose this ship.
And
wow, they all came in so quick.
You have absolutely you have no idea how the algorithms work.
Listen,
you don't know. You don't know.
I'm not coming for your throat, but there are things. Listen, I don't know why you're getting so upset. I'm really not coming for your throat.
I made a point that
I don't need data to prove. Listen, I don't need data to prove the validity of opportunity cost. We know that time is finite.
Yeah. Wait, real quick.
Besides the timekeeper or something. What are you talking about?
Wait. Let me just so we're all on the same page, okay? What he's saying, okay, is true that a person only has so many hours in the day. If a person goes on YouTube and they spend 6 hours consuming content, that if people are doing React content on YouTube, now React content is part of the pool that's drawing from the limited amount of time that person has to consume content. So is society better where we've got people that are consuming React content as part of their daily diet when they could be consuming all original content instead? That's the argument.
Okay, yes. Then you would have to make a pretty good case, right? That people that are being served these videos, right, would have been served the other video instead. Right?
Well, he's not. Wait. He's not comparing the reactive stream A to stream A. He's comparing React as a pool of content to all the content. So he's not saying that, oh, well, if I wouldn't have uploaded my reaction to Ben Shapiro, they would have watched Ben Shapiro. He's saying that people are watching reactions instead of any original content, period. That's his argument.
People are watching instead of any content, period. Okay. Okay. How does that have any bearing on these interaction ecosystems at all? Like, how does that matter whatsoever? So, and they're saying, Well, I think the people on TikTok should stop uploading, dog. Because I might stumble on the video, I could have watched something interesting instead. Guys, I watched garbage TikTok twice in a row that had 2 views. It's their fault I didn't watch a documentary about something important instead. What a stupid, what a black plague argument.
Hold on, okay.
What are you on about?
Hold on, firstly, okay, but turn it down, okay, number one. Okay, number two, that exact argument is made by people. People will say, we spend so much time on our phones consuming TikTok and Reddit that we don't read books, or we can't even watch full movies anymore.
Who cares? People should just be able to enjoy what they want to enjoy.
Because if people are left to enjoy what they want, that might be sitting in an alleyway, shooting yourself up with heroin until you die.
Okay, that has nothing to do with us.
It has nothing to do with us. You just made the argument. People should be able to do what they want, but sometimes what people want can be bad if their dopamine systems are hijacked by other forms of content. For instance, shooting up heroin in an alley. If a guy was shooting up heroin in an alley, and me and XQC walked by having this argument, would you say, and we were like, oh wow, look at that druggie, and XQC's like, we should be able to do what they want, would you walk by and defend that argument? No. Right? Just because...
Definitely. The alleyway, instead of being an alleyway, okay, it's somebody flying in space that has literally billions of things literally at their fingertips. They can do anything else. You're saying that they're forced to do this. Oh no, you are forced to watch actually react to the dog when he falls asleep. When oh my god, he could have done something better instead. Dude, it's right next to them. Don't act like it's like foreign or like in some other entire dimension. Like, you can act like you're like the timekeeper. You have to save people from like wasting their time. People are already wasting their lives away on online content, watching complete dog. Don't act like one dog better than the other. It's all. And
that has nothing to do with my argument.
And when you sit there and you basically, you especially, you say, well, I think it's garbage content. I think your entire...
I never said that.
You did. I think your shit is fucking sleep-ass shit. That's just sleep-aid for my grandma. That's what I think.
I never said that it was garbage. I'm sitting here and I listen to Destiny 2 react content all day.
I think it's bad content. I think your sucks too.
I never said that.
It's all dog.
I'm sorry, this is an argument you are having.
So I think the argument that Supreme is making is that there's a limited amount of attention to go around, and there's a limited amount of time that somebody can conceivably watch videos in a given day. So what his argument is, to Steelman his argument is that by you posting, let's say, a reaction video on YouTube to some video essay, his argument is that you were taking away views that could go to an original video essay or that original or another original video essay by posting that content. That's what his argument is, basically.
However you feel about the quality, hold on. I feel like this needs to be clarified because XQC is arguing against somebody else in this conversation.
Again, I guess anti-react Andy's also on the same as yours.
You can't even speak English, so shut up.
Hey, you're both drones.
Right,
I think I'd like to hear.
Nobody cares what you gotta say, okay? Let Supreme say his thing. No.
I think you understand my argument, and I think Destiny understands my argument. I'd just rather hear you.
Wait, hold on, one at a time. Wicked, Supreme, then Merc. Okay, go.
Okay, I think you, Destiny, understand my argument. I think Tom understands my argument. I would just rather hear you guys address it.
Yeah, because you just want to me and you're angry that I turned you down.
Nobody wants to you, okay?
All right,
turn it down.
Anyway, okay.
Turn it down.
Can I ask my question now? Wait, what?
Nobody wants to fuck you. Turn
Felix,
it down.
Would you say that you are not the only person who is, and I'm not saying you are because I don't really watch your content.
Thank God.
Hey, no, you're funny. I like you for other reasons. I mean, I don't like you, like I don't know you, but like I like you for other reasons.
God.
What I'm trying to say is, would you stop?
Oh my God.
Would you say that you are not the only person who steals content, even though I'm not saying you steal content? Would you say you're not the only one who does it?
I'd like to. I'm not the only one. Yes,
you are not the only one.
I'd like to say I'm in the top 1% of the considerate ones, but people don't see me that way because of people.
Okay, so you're not the only one who does it. So why do people care that it's you? Like, why they could do it to small streamers? Because like small streamers are easily accessible, especially with Kick. Like a platform like this, I can't tell you how many people I know on this platform that literally just stream movies or stream other people's content. And people are gonna call me hypocritical, but wait, I have a formula. All right, people will stream videos and like just watch it or watch other people's streams, even though like they are streaming. Like it's really weird, really meta. But I've come up with a formula. So the way it's not hypocritical is when I'm watching a person's video, right? You see the name of the creator, you see the title of the creator, you see how many subscribers that person has, you see how many followers that person has, like you see all the information. So even though I'm streaming that content, my viewers can make the conscious decision because I'm not responsible for my viewers. They are adults, they know that they have the right to make a decision. They make the conscious decision to go then and watch that creator and then maybe even stumble across more of their fucking videos. So in a way, we are doing them a favor. We're giving them exposure.
Yeah, so I usually don't push this argument for the sole reason that people are gonna make the artists paid in exposure type shit, and I'm gonna yoink your shit. I like to just say most of the time that people that watch me, if I watch something, there is a significant chance they would have never watched it that we're watching. And if it was on their own, and I forced the video we're watching on their screen, on their own, they won't even watch it, even though I forced on their screen. They would actually close out of it, right?
No,
but they're watching it because of the value of the community, and it has transformative effects that are a little bit subtle, yet very significant, and user experience. It's why it makes a product that's worth consuming, yet the whole world tries to act like they don't understand it, because maybe they actually don't, what value it brings to that consumer, what kind of product they're getting. They don't get it, because they live in the cave ages, and they need to be quiet. They don't understand any of it. And it's why I use, most of the time when I'm writing about these topics, I'll talk about it, because they're brain dead. I'm not gonna explain something. I'm out here, I'll make it about money again. I'm the one benefiting. I'm benefiting from all these systems. What the f would I spend my entire life explaining to them when they're the one that are losing from it? I'm not gonna bother doing that. They're freaking stupid, and they're losing. So what the fuck do I care? That's the main problem, that they don't actually understand the value in it, right?
It doesn't matter what the value. There could be things that aren't moral that are valuable to the
we're
consumer.
arguing in circles.
Well, like somebody selling pirated DVDs is valuable to the person selling them and to the consumer if it's cheaper than the retail product, right? Like that's not the only way we measure this. We have to look at the guarantees that are in place to safeguard people's ability to make their living off of these. And we've decided that the fairest way to do that is that like the media that they produce surpasses a certain bar of originality.
Yes.
And that's going to be protected.
Except sometimes the pirated person actually enjoys this interaction, right? And you're coming out at the end of the line, at the finish line, you say, well, there's only so much plastic that can be used to make these CDs, guys. They could have made something else with this plastic. Like, what the f is wrong with you? The actual materials timekeeper, dude. I don't know why you guys are coming to this interaction out of left.
Okay, can I just hear Tom or Destiny address this, please? I'm not.
Why
really
are you on
interested in
Destiny's
what
talk so hard? It's crazy.
Because they understand.
He's just
the
asking
argument,
for
and they
someone with a
probably have
modicum of
something-
intelligence to talk about what's going on, and that would not include
So you're
you,
calling
unfortunately.
XQC unintelligent?
I'm calling you
is not
unintelligent.
engaging in this-
XQC
yeah,
is
he's not
marginally
engaging
more
in
Yeah,
intelligent.
but what you're saying is that I'm making too much sense in the real world, because this is living in a fantasy world, and he wants to touch something
Okay,
from
XQC
La
is
La
fine.
Land,
XQC
like
is fine.
Meth
It's just the
Envy.
girl. Just the girl.
Oh,
okay?
it's just a girl. Because I'm a girl. But yeah, I'm sitting here trying to actually
I mean, it could be.
Could also be
It could be related to that. That may not be the only reason, but
So
that could
Oh, I can't say
have some
certain
kind of
words.
cross section.
Okay.
Yeah, say it, Tom.
Okay.
Go hard.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, basically, I honestly, once again, I agree overall with X's argument. I think the ultimate response to Supreme would be like, well, shouldn't there be some amount of like responsibility on the viewers? Which Merck actually brought up to her credit. The viewers themselves have to be responsible for what they watch. If they want to watch a video on its own, they're going to watch that. If they want to watch XQC react with his little face in the corner, they're going to watch that. And for whatever reason, even if his reaction is super small and like meaningless and like it doesn't really add much, if they choose to watch that, then that's their responsibility to watch that content.
Isn't that like saying that like in a piracy market, all the responsibility rests on the consumers?
Well, this is not exactly the same because of piracy. As far as piracy, right? Piracy. If you buy pirated, let's say you buy a pirated DVD and it's $5, and the original DVD is $15. Okay. Well, when you buy that pirated DVD, the reason you're buying it is because it's cheaper. If you're watching XQC react to something, it's not like more convenient. It's not like better
Yes,
to
it
watch.
is.
For reasons.
Yes, it
It's
is.
just in the corner, and for whatever reason, some people ascribe a certain amount of
more
appeal to
convenient
it being
because-
in the corner.
Hold on, there are arguments for that. It is more convenient because they pay a subscription to XQC, so they don't get to they don't have to sit through ads, and they may not pay for a YouTube subscription or something like that.
Well, you should pay for a YouTube subscription to spend your money better, I guess.
Or maybe they see the value in a chat experience, and they need to foster and grow over time, right? And maybe that's an area that you failed in the past because you don't understand its value. Because it's the core value. It's not the only value any of these things have. The chat has a lot of value. You guys are missing the point entirely because of your own personal experience.
Yeah, the chat does have value.
Can I ask another question,
That's not,
please?
the argument doesn't stop with whether or not the consumers are provided value. Like the argument begins with whether or not this is subverting a structure that is meant to protect people's ability to make a living creating original works.
Can I ask a question?
I would honestly argue that I think more copyright enforcement that's in this way, more copyright enforcement would actually be bad for the internet overall because I mean, I think the less copyright enforcement, the better overall. I even now it's frustrating to see music companies and labels have such a stranglehold over content. I think you should be able to use a song in a YouTube video essay unlicensed and just be able to do that and not suffer any repercussions or be claimed. I think you should be able to do that. And the reason why is because it's like a transformative use
Or
of
a
that
small
content.
portion
It's
of
not.
the revenue should go to the
Okay,
artist.
XQC, have you
I
ever?
disagree.
Can I ask a question now? Thank you. XQC, have you ever reacted to any of Titty Tom's?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I don't think he has.
Now let me offer a further question. Tommy boy, let's say XQC watched your video, didn't give you any credit, but you knew it was your video. How would you feel?
I have never. I personally have been. I personally have had that happen to me, not with him, but with like Jadion and stuff,
Okay,
and
but
even
we're not
Destiny.
talking
And
about him.
I'm just. Oh
We're
no!
not
Shut the
talking-
fuck! Shut the fuck! I'm saying it right now. I'm saying it right now. No, I'm not avoiding the question. I'm answering the question right now. You dumb. Destiny, kick this dumb out of the call right now.
Now I'm a dumb
Right
bitch
now.
because I'm.
You always were.
wrong.
No, it's not. It's not now. It didn't start
You
now. It
can't
wasn't
just
again.
demand that Destiny does stuff, alright? Just do it.
I
like
would
everyone
not have a
else does.
problem if
okay?
XQC reacts to my
So,
video.
what
If XQC reacts to my video, I would not have a problem.
Okay, conversation over. Debate over.
But the conversation's not over.
Question, because if
The
he did it to
conversation's
you,
not
you wouldn't
over.
have a problem. Therefore, you don't actually care. You're virtue signaling. That's exactly.
How am I
what it is.
virtue
You don't
signaling?
care. Because
How am I
if he
virtue
did it to you,
signaling?
it would not be a problem. But because you're trying to like make it a whole thing, and everyone's trying to make it a whole thing.
How am I
let's be
making it a
real.
whole thing?
If XQC watched any person, the person whose it was, they would be happy no matter what. because he's
Can I not
XQC,
defend
and
someone
that
else if
is the
X is
value.
calling them
It is the value
disingenuous?
because he is who he is. He has clout. He has all of it, and that is why. That is why. That's
Okay, but
why.
I can personally not have an issue, and other people can. And can I not argue in favor of them, or say that they're not being disingenuous, or can I not try to steal Man Supreme's arguments, and he comes in here and makes his arguments? Can I not like try to faithfully interpret what he's saying?
Okay, but you just answered the question, and literally that.
But it's not just about what I think. This is about like a greater
But it
internet
is because
discourse.
we're talking to you. You're putting in your opinion, so it does matter what you think because we're
Right,
talking
and I
about
just told you what I think, and I can also tell you what other
Okay,
people
so why
think, and I
do
can
you
talk about what
care? Why do
Supreme
you-
thinks.
So you would say that that he's doing this, but yet you wouldn't care if he did it to you, and you'd actually.
I didn't even
like
say
it.
that. I didn't say that.
You did. Okay.
Also, the entire premise of my argument is that it doesn't matter, like the actual, the content being reacted to, the original creator of that, it doesn't really matter how they feel about it. They're obviously, I think they're going to feel like it benefits them in most situations. But again, it's about subverting a structure that is meant to protect people, like artists, being able to make their living doing that work.
Okay. Then how would you feel if you agree with the other guy about his music take, right? Well, what about somebody who's making music and uploads it, right? Somewhere on the internet, puts a file up there on YouTube, and everybody uses this file, right? And they're all banking off of their reactive and transformative content. The guy is getting none of it. Isn't that guy kind of getting by the system, or is he not? Or is he getting paid? Is he being paid in exposure?
In that case, you could say that individual is, yeah. It can be the case that you are taking views directly from the original creator, and maybe very rarely that's the case. I don't believe that's the case very often, but I do believe that does happen. But that's not really the substance of my argument. It's more that you're sort of like vacuuming up all these impressions and views that would otherwise be going to original works.
Can you
original works?
Could you prove that it would go to somebody else?
Well, the only
I mean-
alternative would be that people watching YouTube would just stop watching YouTube. If like Asmongold or XQC or whatever React stopped being uploaded to YouTube, would be able to stop watching completely.
Right. And I think the burden would be on you there. I feel like the assumption is so reasonable that these people would still be on YouTube watching something else. That I think the burden of proof would have to be shifted on you for saying that they would be leaving YouTube if you weren't
So you're saying that we're creating an ecosystem where everybody reacts, and then there's no more original content. Nobody has passion to make real stuff because they're just going to get yoinked and they're making more money off of
Not
it.
necessarily. I'm not going that far. I'm just saying that like the amount of views that go towards like low effort React content is already substantial enough that like those views should be dispersed to like original works, and that like the popularity that React content already has, like especially on YouTube at this point, of like streamers just uploading, stuff that wouldn't clear fair use, is such that it is sort of creating a race to the bottom that everybody's trying to jump on the bandwagon of, and it does seem like there's a tug of war where like original creators are sort of becoming at odds, and the tension is rising. I think for good reason. And this is
Wait a minute. Hold on. I have to just kind of say it. It'll sound bold. It'll sound kind of cold, but that actually says you though. That's like you have nothing to back that up with. The tension is rising. What does that even mean? It just seems like it's just like some sort of like Netflix documentary like intro segment. The tension is what tension? I haven't seen a single amount of tension rising from anywhere. What?
Well, okay, for one, the tension in your voice, because this is a topic that you've had to grapple with over the past month. Like, this is something that people keep
That's another
bringing
thing.
to your
People get
doorstep.
mad at people getting upset when they have a right to get upset. Like everyone's like, oh, you can't get upset, you can't react, you can't feel it. We're humans. If someone was badgering me about something I do on the internet all the time, of course I'm gonna get angry because I want you guys to shut the fuck up.
Well, at the same time, I'm out of content, right? And if I can make the original content, I mean, this is as good as it gets for original content. We're talking about something, right? Are we talking about a topic?
That's not
right?
true.
Oh wow! So this is not original content. What we're doing is not original content.
I don't think this is as good as it gets when it comes to original content.
Oh,
It's still content, and people will still
Yeah,
consume
I think this is original content.
So I still have a problem now. Now this is very clear. You are an internet content purist, which is the most dogged breed.
No, I wouldn't say that
on
either.
there's nothing worse on the internet than a purist of content. It's the worst. Like people that say, guys, Jersey Shore isn't successful because I said so because I don't like it because it's dodgy content. Well, you're an idiot. That shit's fucking bomb. This goes hard. It's complete bomb.
Look
I
at
know.
it, bro.
I think at this point we need Destiny to explain my position. Actually, it has nothing to do with the quality of the content. It has to do with the conventions that allow people to make their living because we have systems that protect the originality of people's contributions.
But there's also a system in place where you can strike stuff if it's like gone beyond fair
Fuck
use.
the system because people take advantage of that either way.
Yeah, but yeah, it's also like saying if the cops weren't around, then there would be no problem with stealing, right? Like if nobody ever called the cops, then that means you didn't care if anybody stole from you.
Steal a lot of things. A lot of times you guys say stealing, right? It's literally you saying that, right? The people that are being stolen from don't agree that stealing. Only you does, and you seem to have like this sort of like higher position of like, guys, it's stealing. Not because it is, because I said so. Even the person that's being stolen from doesn't say it's stealing. You're like some guy who's like, you're like living in your world. You're like, it's like some of the most schizo shit of all time.
Describing me as some guy, but you don't even understand my argument. You're just flailing for a counter.
That's not true. That's not true. I understand your argument. Your argument sucks.
It is.
No. The argument just sucks. I generally think I understand it. It's just bad. Am I allowed to say that?
I actually don't care to hear from you, so I don't know why you're talking.
Then why are you in here? You're literally in here, but yet you don't want to hear from him. What are you talking
I
about?
stated
This
earlier,
stuff
this is
pissed
some.
me off. We
I
get
can
it.
explain that
We're
because I
here
said,
because you're
Tom,
loving
Destiny,
Destiny
I've
does
never heard
not
this
watch,
argument come up. I'd
therefore
like to hear you
your
weigh in on it.
opinion is- Sorry.
Alright, well, go ahead.
Weasel Supreme being a weasel as usual.
Sorry. That was immature. And I can admit I was immature, but still, your opinion is.
I think the main problem. Okay, then go ahead. Get the opinion about. Okay, state your argument one last time, and I'll focus on it instead of getting some memes.
Oh,
Just
wait,
say
wait.
it.
Can I say the argument?
Please.
Okay. Also, actually, you are hella triggered. Okay, so.
No, I'm not. I'm factory. I'm enjoying this factory.
First of all, this is not factory.
Destiny, I trust that you understand the argument. I don't need to be here anymore.
When you guys say that I'm triggered, bro, I have to be honest with you guys. Okay, this to me is literal. It's like air. I don't know what you say.
Sure, no, I understand. The reason why I'm saying you're triggered is
I enjoy talking about it.
No, the reason why I'm saying you're triggered
I'm passionate and lively.
I understand.
Okay,
No, but
get a job.
It's not.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, says you. Okay, but also he's making a reasonable argument, but you're already jumping like 17 steps ahead to get to the attack part of your argument, which he hasn't even made yet. Okay, on a very broad level. Okay, all of us agree that some level of copyright protections probably need to exist. Okay, when we say copyright, we mean the exclusive right to make copies of some work. So for instance, it wouldn't work if a studio could produce Star Wars Episode 10 and immediately after I could re-release the exact same thing and go, oh look, this is Destiny Star Wars Episode 10, because then nobody would invest in creating works anymore and nobody would be profiting from the works that they created, right? Those are two
Correct.
right? Okay, so broadly speaking, that's why copyright exists in a protection sense. It also, on an artistic level, copyright exists because we want to motivate people to create new or transformative works that add to the total base of art. Ideally, we want a world where people are creating new movies, new music, new everything, and not just copy-pasting other people's stuff, okay?
But isn't XQC inspiring other streamers to stream?
I really wanted to. Okay, I wanted to Destiny just because I was trying to figure out. Like, if I can get the argument.
Let me just finish getting us there, okay? The train just left the station, okay? Slow down, okay? So if that's the world we live in, the question is that in a world where increasingly more of the overall consumer space is being occupied by non-transformative reactions, are we creating a world where people who have only 24 hours in a day to consume content, where people's attention is being increasingly divided between new and original content versus transformative content? Or no, I'm sorry, new and original transformative content versus derivative or repeated content, right? That was the overall point of Wiki Streaming. Not that like any particular React stream is harmful, or not that any particular stream is depriving an original work of any particular view, but just that as the broad pool of things, all of this derivative work might be taking away from the creation of new transformative work because the viewers aren't going to be there as much for it because they're too busy consuming other stuff. That's the broad argument.
Yeah. Okay, no, wait. I think that argument, right, does make quite a bit of sense. If you were to push that argument, I think streamers are like the absolute bottom of the barrel. You would never go after streamers for that. You go for mostly